I decided to play Stardew Valley with a custom mod I wrote that locks every tile in the game, preventing me from walking anywhere until I pay to do so, one tile at a time. Inspired by other creators who have taken on similar challenges, I'll start the game with nothing but the tile I stand on, and the determination to reach this challenge's final goal, completing the Remixed Community Center. This series will force me to seek out new strategies and routes to obtain the items I'll need, and to endure some strange and difficult grinds along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tile Locked Valley. While making this series, I spent hours poring over the Stardew Valley wiki to find the obscure strategies I would follow in this game mode. And this may come as a surprise to you, but outside of making this series, I spend a lot of time on the internet as well. With internet service providers tracking and selling our browsing data, privacy on the internet is not something that comes automatically. But you can protect your data with a cybersecurity service like Surfshark. With their VPN, you can connect to the internet seamlessly from thousands of servers across 100 different countries around the world, encrypting your internet traffic and keeping it private from your ISP and anyone else. Personally, I like to use VPNs to watch movies and shows that are only available on streaming platforms in other countries, and Surfshark makes this easy. In addition to a VPN, Surfshark also provides you with a ton of other services like scam prevention, data leak monitoring, and their Clean Web ad blocker that keeps you ad-free across your apps and devices. For peace of mind on the internet, scan the QR code on the screen or go to surfshark.com/fungus and get 4 extra months for free when you sign up for a year-long subscription. Thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Now, I want to explain exactly how this is all going to work and what my goals will be, but I think it'll make a lot more sense if I can just show you once I'm actually in the game. So let's get it all set up real quick. First things first, I'm going to be playing as a female farmer for Tile Locked Valley. Believe it or not, this is actually a strategic decision that will come up again a little bit later. For her name, I'm thinking Tilly Locke. Anyway, I'm also going to be playing with an orange cat, since I actually have an orange cat, and I'm going to be using all of the standard settings except for remixed bundles and remixed mine rewards. And I'll be playing on the standard farm. I actually thought a lot about which farm layout I should try this on, and I ended up landing on the standard farm for this game mode for 2 reasons. One, I think it will give me the most authentic feel for the challenge. 2, it's probably the hardest farm for this challenge. Almost all of the other farms provide some kind of additional resources or even monsters directly on the farm, and that makes it feel like it kind of lessens some of the challenges that this game mode would impose. I may very well come to regret this decision, but for now at least, I feel pretty good about picking the standard farm. The only thing left is choosing what our farmer is going to look like. Alright, here she is. Tilly, the tile-locked farmer, ready to take on the world, one tile at a time. Here we go. Alright, let's actually break this down now. I want to explain how this all works, what the rules are, and what my end goal is going to be. First off, I've written a custom mod for the game that actually enables this game mode's restrictions and mechanics. So what you'll see on the screen is that locked tiles have this red overlay drawn over them, while unlocked tiles appear normal. I can also toggle this to show unlocked tiles outlined in green and locked tiles normally, or to hide all the tile overlays entirely. This is all purely visual, so I'll probably be switching between these depending on what I'm trying to do or what I'm trying to show on the screen. Now, to unlock tiles, I use this new tool that I start the game with called the Unveiling Glass. With it selected, I can hover over any tile on the screen to see its cost and select that tile to purchase and unlock it. I actually start the game with 10 free tiles, or bonus tiles, so the first 10 tiles we unlock won't actually cost anything.
After that, the first 10 tiles will cost 10 gold each, then 100 gold until I unlock 100 tiles, then 1,000 until I unlock 1,000 tiles, and then finally, they'll be capped at a whopping 10,000 gold each. Also worth noting that these tiles do actually prevent me from walking on them, like running into a wall might, but they don't block any other objects, NPCs, or monsters from being on those tiles, or prevent me from interacting with or using tools on anything in those tiles, assuming I can get close enough. Alright, what about the final goal? Where does this all lead? When does it all end? What is the finish line for Tile Locked Valley? Obviously, I could just freestyle aimlessly, see how far I get, end it whenever I get tired of it, but to me this game mode feels like it needs a well-defined goal, something to aim for, something to strive for. Perfection comes to mind, getting 100% in the game, but I want to set a goal I think I can actually achieve, and that if I feel up to it, I could even set a new goal and keep going after achieving. With all that in mind, I've settled on this goal: complete the community center. I think this goal includes a lot of what I want to explore. Completing the community center will require me to gather items from all the seasons, all the major areas of the game, while still giving me some wiggle room to decide exactly which items I'll be getting in order to complete each bundle, and of course, how and when I'll be going for each one. Don't get me wrong, this will still be extremely challenging, and I have no idea how long it will take. What I do know is that Tilly and I are not going to quit until that community center is repaired. I want to bring you along for the whole journey. So for the rest of the video, you'll get to watch the very beginnings of this challenge, seeing me learn about this game mode's difficulties, making some catastrophic mistakes, and overcoming ridiculous obstacles. And it all starts right here. So the first thing we're gonna do, obviously, is just unlock ourselves a path out. And we'll also need to get ourselves a path over to these parsnips here that we start with. So let's just go ahead and carve ourselves a little path. And we can check over here to see how many tiles we've unlocked, as well as how many bonus tiles we still have. So as you can see, that was the last of our bonus tiles, but we can go ahead and open our parsnips. All right, now when we step outside, we get this tile unlocked, and that was actually the first one that we've spent money on. So we're 10 gold down now, and if we look at our unveiling glass, sure enough, every tile costs 10 gold. So we're gonna need a path over to the shipping bin. That's gonna be like our holy grail early on, since that's the only way we can make any money off of anything and therefore unlock any additional tiles. So let's go ahead and start making a little path over to the shipping bin. We'll also get the mailbox unlocked, which is nice. And already you can see we've unlocked 10 tiles, so we're already up to 100 gold per tile. But we can go ahead and spend 200 to get those last 2 tiles, and now we can sell things. And normally, like, you would start your farm by clearing out a bunch of stuff and chopping down trees and getting a bunch of resources, using up all your energy, collecting things and making space, but we don't have that luxury. What we do have is a couple of things that we can reach. That's about it. And of course we can plant our parsnips. We can only unlock 2 more tiles with the money we have, so we're gonna have to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and see how many places we can farm. Okay, so we got 10 tilled spots. We can go ahead and plant all of our parsnips. We can start watering them, but the astute observer might notice that we don't actually have a way to refill our watering can. I think it starts with, well, I'm not sure how much it starts with, but probably not enough to actually grow all 15 parsnips to completion. So we're gonna have to hope we get lucky with some rain. The starter watering can only holds 40 charges. With parsnips needing 4 days of water each, this leaves us 20 charges short of being able to grow all 15 seeds we started with. So we will indeed need some rain if we want to harvest them all. All right, I think that's it for our first day. We're just gonna wait for these parsnips to grow, and then we can sell them in the shipping bin, and then we can get some extra cash and we can kind of go from there. So let's go back to bed. I guess we can rearrange our little home here to be a little more accessible for our limited tiles. There we go. Now I can at least turn on the turn on the fireplace. All right, we can watch TV. We can get into bed here. All right, day 2. We get a letter from Willie. Fishing is gonna be a long ways off for us probably, but let's go ahead and water our parsnips. Ah, perfect. Okay, so we got our first rainy day. I think this one is actually guaranteed. Like, I think every time you start a game, it rains on the 3rd day. As far as I know, that's the only guaranteed rainy day you get. So we got 10 free waterings, essentially, right? We saved 10 uses of our watering can. But from here on out, I think we just have to get lucky. To be more precise, each day in spring has an 18.3% chance of being rainy. Given that there's 25 days left in the season, we should expect to see about 4 or 5 more days of rain, which should be just enough. Alright, I think there's just one more day here, 1 day left on these. Let's go ahead and use up our water. Alright, last day. Let's get some parsnips. Let's make some money. Let's see how much we get. Let's go ahead and pick our parsnips. That is going to be a quest complete. So we get 100 gold. So that's like a whole free tile right there. That's pretty nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and pick these. Let's go ahead and sell those. We can plant the last 5 here and we'll give them a water. Alright, well, let's hope for some rain. And let's see how much those parsnips give us. Alright, first harvest, 350 gold coins. So that's, 3.5 tiles at our current price point. Not great, not a ton. So yeah, we're gonna get like a little bit more from these, but I am officially, out of water here. That's tough. So we have enough money for 6 tiles. Here's the plan. Let me break it down. We don't have enough tiles, obviously, to get to Pierre's or to get really like any reliable source of seeds. Until then, we're going to be relying on trees. My plan was this. Wait for the rest of my parsnips to grow and use the money to unlock tiles to reach the nearest tree. From there, I would chop the tree, collect the seed that it drops, replant it, wait for the next tree to grow, and repeat. Hopefully planting more and more trees and selling the wood and sap to unlock more tiles. That's right, wood and sap. Not cash crops, or even parsnips, not ores or gems or anything worth a decent chunk of money. Wood and sap. But that wasn't even my biggest problem. If you know this game very well, you might have already spotted a glaring hole in this plan. But I didn't figure this out until a little bit later. And so I followed my plan. For the next couple days, I waited patiently for rain to come and grow my parsnips, until I had the fortune of being visited in the night by a crop fairy. The crop fairy grew 4 of my 5 parsnips to maturity, which I then harvested and sold, and then went back to patiently waiting for more rain. That is, until I noticed an acorn, and soon discovered the hole in my plan. Okay, so the oak tree dropped an acorn. Unfortunately, it did not drop one any closer to me, and in fact, I don't even think this will grow into a real tree. But I guess I could also pick it out of the ground if I somehow make it there in time, and then I could choose where it goes. Interesting. I'm actually like heavily considering not waiting for this so that I can get to that acorn. Because if I can get to that acorn and pull it out of the ground, then I can actually decide exactly where I want to plant this tree. And I could plant it like, I think I could plant it even like right here, like in this spot. I have a bunch of tiles around it, so I could even, like, I'll make sure that I can get the stuff that it drops. That sounds really good, actually. Okay, wait, hang on. How many tiles is it? There's 1, 2, 3. I just need to spend 3 tiles and I could pick that up. And that would also put me next to the tree. Ugh, so stressful. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for it. I think we're gonna do this. So we're gonna spend 1, 2, 3 tiles. And we can get here and then I can just pick this up, right? Oh my god. Is that not how that works? Can you not just pick up acorns on the ground? Okay, hold up. I need to do some research. Oh my god. Okay, so here's what I had just read. In order to acquire an acorn, either from a tree or from the ground, you need a foraging level of 1. And this is true for all types of tree seeds. Step 4 of my plan was a bust. If I chopped down this oak tree right now, I would have no chance of acquiring an acorn. So my whole plan was flawed. I needed a new one, but for now, I just focused on harvesting my last parsnip. I definitely should have looked this up. I really didn't even think this was something I needed to look up because I've done this so many times. Like, I just assumed it was fine, but it turns out you need foraging level 1. Ugh, that was such a big mistake though. Yeah, we might be waiting a long time. Now, you might be wondering, you just wasted 3 tiles to get absolutely nothing. Why don't you just exit out to the main menu and restart the day like nothing happened? Well, there's another rule that I'm imposing on myself with this challenge, and that's no restarts allowed. If, or really when, I make mistakes like this, I'm gonna have to just tough it out and keep moving forward. It makes my decisions and their consequences all the more meaningful. Anyway, back to the gameplay. Alright, you live and you learn. Let's go to sleep and pray for some more rain and some more good luck with these trees. Yikes. Rainy day, let's go. Okay, that's actually crazy luck. Like, I feel like I've had way more rainy days than I normally do in spring. We're only halfway through spring and we've had what, like almost half of them rainy? Like 5 rainy days or something? That's not almost half, but still, that's really good. I think we'll get our last parsnip tomorrow morning. Yes, let's go. Alright, 15 parsnips planted and harvested. That is optimal for what we can do here. We'll sell that. 35 gold. Oh. Right. Hi, kitty cat. Yeah, I'll take the cat. I'm gonna name it after my actual cat. Just because that's why I picked it. Cricket. Funnily enough, I feel like... Where'd the cat go? Oh, great. I can't even get to the cat. Come here. I was gonna say, funnily enough, I know that if you get enough hearts, like with your pet, like eventually they start giving you things, they start bringing you things. I was gonna say, funnily enough, this cat might actually be a source of money. But I don't know how long it takes to get to the point where they start bringing you things. But like, I know cats can bring you like fish and snails and, you know, other things that are worth, I mean, not nothing. Yes, wait, come here. No. This is just like my cat in real life. Alright, whatever, I'm going to bed. So I still needed a new plan to progress, and this is what I came up with. Without level 1 foraging, my dreams of being a tree farmer would never come to fruition, so I set my sights on a new goal. Get to level 1 foraging. Lots of things in this game can earn you foraging XP, but with my limited tiles, I was locked to just one: chopping down trees. Right back where we started, except now I knew what I had to do. Instead of planting tree seeds myself, I would have to rely on a mechanic that all trees possess. Each night, for each tree, there's a 15% chance that a random tile up to 3 tiles away is selected to spawn a new tree seed. If that tile is empty and able to grow trees, then a tree seed is spawned and a new tree begins to grow. Similarly, each night, for each tree that is not fully grown, there's a 20% chance for that tree to mature 1 stage, with 5 stages total from seed to tree. This means a new seed will take, on average, 24 days to mature fully, with 90% of trees growing in 38 days or less. Now, I knew this would take a while, so I set to work, waiting and watching for new seeds to spawn on tiles I could reach. When they grew to maturity, I would either chop them down or wait for them to spawn more seeds, such that I never ran out of sources for seeds. And it did take a while. I kept at this, waiting and chopping, week after week, season after season, for over a year, until one fateful day in fall of year 2, when I started to get impatient. Alright, it is now fall. I'm still waiting for the second tree to grow. I told myself I would wait before I chop this first one down, just in case this first one, drops another sapling while I'm waiting. That would be nice. But here's the thing. I've had 400 gold saved up since spring of year 1, right? A year and a half ago. I've been sitting on this 400 gold, dying, killing myself, trying to think of what should I spend it on? What is the most effective use? And really just being terrified of running out of money and not having tiles to spend if I somehow figure out that I need them for something, that it's a make or break situation. I don't think that's happening. I feel confident that I can get to level 1 foraging and that's gonna really, really change things as far as my ability to grow trees. So here's what I'm thinking. I think I should spend these 4 tiles making progress towards my next goal. And that's obviously getting out of the farm. I don't think buying any more tiles on the farm is really going to help at all. Once I'm able to plant trees, I have enough room. I can plant, maybe half a dozen, maybe even more trees with the tiles that I have access to right now and start making money and start getting more tiles. So I'm actually going to unlock these 4 tiles right here. These tiles on the way out, and by doing that now, I'll at least give myself a little extra room to grow some trees. I'll probably be able to reach a couple trees, a couple saplings, chop them down, get a little bit of extra foraging XP. So anyway, that's my thought process. I feel like it makes sense, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. As much as I hate running out of money, or just the thought of it. All right, so we're gonna do this one, we're gonna do this one, and this one, and that gives me now a little bit of extra room. We get to pick up that wood from a year ago, and we can reach some more things. So I can't even tell what is going on here, but I think this one is worth chopping down. I can't step here, so I'm guessing... Oh, that's actually this tree. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I can definitely chop that down. And that'll give us some more... Oh! Some more foraging XP is what I was going to say. Oh my gosh. That is huge. That is actually so huge. I have been waiting for these trees to grow. And little did I know, I was 1 tree, literally 1 sapling and 1 tree away from getting level 1 foraging, which is what I've just chopped down over here. That is huge, positively enormous. All right, I'm gonna go to sleep and get that level because, yeah, I want to actually get the benefits. Let's just sleep right now. Here we go. Plus 1 axe proficiency, not a huge deal. Trees sometimes drop seeds. That is everything to me right now. I can make wild seeds spring. I probably won't be doing that. And I can make field snacks. I also probably won't be doing that. But trees sometimes dropping seeds. I can't believe I have been farming trees without being able to even pick up seeds. That is crazy. Now I can finally chop this tree down. Let me do this. Let me make sure I do this right. I can chop this tree in 10 years. I can chop this tree. Look at that. I can't even pick it up right now, but I can see it on the ground. Let me do this right. Let me make a chest. I can't believe this. I'm like elated. I've been waiting a year and a half to be able to pick up a tree seed. All right. We can toss this on the ground. And we can place our chests. I think I'm just gonna stick it like... Can I not place chests here? I think you can place chests here. Anyway, I'm gonna place it... let's place it inside. Stick our chest by everything's trees right now in my head. All right, we can put some things in there. That's awesome. And now we can do it. There it is. The item that's gonna change everything about what I've been doing. The maple seed. Now we can finally plant trees, actually propagate and farm them. We're going to be making so much money relatively, and we can finally start unlocking tiles to take us off the farm. This is huge. Welcome back to episode 2 of Tile Locked Valley. You might have noticed that my farm is an absolute anxiety-inducing mess, and that's because in the first episode, I spent the first year and a half on my farm restricted to just these tiles highlighted here. For now, it's time to jump into our next goal. Reach Pierre's general store so that we can start buying and planting seeds. We'll also need to unlock the nearest water source so that we can refill our watering can. With these 2 steps completed, we'll have significantly upgraded our ability to make money and therefore unlock more tiles. But how do we get there? Well, we spent the last year and a half achieving level 1 foraging, so that now we can collect tree seeds and farm them properly. This has unlocked our first renewable source of income for the series, wood and sap from chopping trees. Now, I am aware that I actually had another source of money much earlier on, and that's clay. Tilling dirt with a hoe almost anywhere in the game has a small random chance to yield 1 piece of clay. On the tiles I have unlocked, I would have a 3% chance of receiving 1 clay per tile I till. Because of my limited space, I would also have to use my pickaxe to untill the tile in order to till it again, repeating this process over and over until my energy ran out. I tried this method for a couple days, and here's how it went. So, we got this maple seed we can plant, and a letter from Pierre. Stop by Pierre's general store. See you soon. Yeah, that's the goal, man. Probably not that soon, but that's the goal. Okay, then we can plant our maple tree seed here, and we can sell all our wood and sap now, since I already have this chest. So we can go ahead and sell that and see how much we get. Okay, 176. Pretty good, actually. So the other thing I want to try is tilling dirt for clay. I'm not really sure how I feel about this method, but I did the math on it. Since I have level 1 farming and level 0 mining, that means I can only get about 70 or so tiles tilled every day, assuming I have to till them and then untill them. That means I should get about a little over 2 clay per day. Each clay sells for 20 gold, So that means I should get about 40 or a little over 40 gold per day, assuming I use all of my energy on this. Okay, so I used up all my energy. I got 3 pieces of clay, which I guess is actually pretty lucky. So we can go ahead and sell these and collect our earnings. 60 gold. Yeah, I'm still not sure how well this method feels like it actually fits with the theme of the challenge. I'm gonna spend one more day tilling for clay, kind of mull it over, see how I feel after the end of another day. So I did another day, I got 2 more clay, and I gotta say, I don't think I'm gonna use this method. I don't actually mind the process of doing it, like it's actually pretty chill. You kind of just till the same 3 spots over and over again, but it just doesn't feel right for this challenge. I think it's because it doesn't really matter which tiles you have unlocked. Like, you could do this anywhere in the game. You're kind of just converting energy into money without really using any creativity. And also, once the trees kind of get going, like once I have enough tiles and trees planted, I think this method will just pale in comparison to what I'm actually able to do with trees. Especially since I'll be using energy chopping trees anyway, so this method will get less and less effective as I go on. I don't know. Hopefully I explain it better later. And that's where I left it. Making money from clay would be a slightly more efficient way to play, but I'm not attempting a speedrun challenge or anything, so I want to stick to what feels fun and creative, as long as I'm not avoiding obviously superior strategies just to make the challenge harder, so I'll be sticking with trees for the path to Pierre's. Before we get started, I do also, regretfully, need to adjust some of the tile pricing. I won't be changing anything in the past, and I won't be changing the price we currently have, but further down the line, I think the tiles will get a little too expensive just a little too quickly. So we're going to update the pricing model to look like this. The only real difference is that the 100 gold range is extended to 500 tiles instead of 100, and similarly, the 1000 gold range is extended to 5000 tiles. I kind of always knew this might need to happen, since it's difficult to fully balance a game mode in advance, but my goal for this challenge is to force myself to find new strategies and creative solutions within the game, and not just to play it extremely slowly, although it obviously will still be a lot slower. So the first thing I want to do is unlock some tiles leading down to the water hole here, so that I can get some more tree seeds. I know these tiles aren't very good for farming trees, but as long as I have lots of empty good tiles, I think I should prioritize getting more seeds. What I mean by good tiles are tiles adjacent to this horizontal strip of unlocked tiles I have here. When chopping a tree adjacent to a vertical strip of unlocked tiles, the tree falls away from you, and you can't collect the wood, sap, or seeds it drops. But along a horizontal strip, you collect everything. We are getting close to the water now, you can actually see it. Oh, and we got our first piece of coal. We need coal to make scarecrows, although we also need fiber, and it looks like I only have 10 so far. Okay, it's now winter. We didn't make a ton of progress during fall, but we do have a bunch of trees now planted. So I'm gonna spend all of winter just like collecting seeds off the ground, and I'm hoping we'll be able to kind of jumpstart things come spring. We should be able to plant a bunch of trees and things should kind of just grow exponentially from there. Okay, welcome to year 3. As you can see, we do have a bunch of trees planted now, including some mossy seeds that I managed to get, so that should be nice. I do have a couple more acorns in my inventory, so I'm going to get those planted, and we should get some trees growing here soon. Alright, it's been almost 2 weeks. I've chopped a few trees down now, and I have a bunch of seeds that I'm going to plant. Oh, look at all those little baby trees. So exciting. Alright, as you can see, we have tons of trees planted. Actually, so many trees that we're running out of room. I'm sitting on 200 gold, so it's finally time to unlock our first tiles outside the farm. Here we go. Wow, this is actually kind of surreal. I've only been seeing the exterior of my farm and the interior of my house for like 3 years now in game. And now I'm finally seeing a new screen. Okay, but I can't actually get back to the farm with just this one tile unlocked. I need to actually purchase this tile behind me, and now I can walk back and forth between the farm and this bus stop area freely. I don't think there's actually any good tiles to plant yet. Yeah, But that'll change pretty soon. We'll just need a few more tiles, and then this will be the new best area to start farming trees. It's gonna be a long journey, but I'm so ready to start unlocking some more tiles. I have been waiting 2 years for this, and now we're finally on the path to Pierre's. God, this is exciting. Alright, let's do it. It's now winter. I'm gonna spend the whole time collecting seeds. We have pretty much this whole bus stop area unlocked. This may be the last winter I spend farming trees. Good morning. It is the 12th day of summer in our 4th year, and today is a very special day. Look at that money counter. Have you ever seen so much money before in your life? Well, you probably have, but Tilly hasn't, okay? So don't make fun. That is the amount, well, hopefully a little more than the amount of money we need to reach Pierre's. So today, we are going to unlock the path all the way to the store and hopefully have just a little bit of money left over to actually purchase some seeds. I unlocked this whole bus stop area here, but I never unlocked any tiles afterwards. Instead, I've been saving up my money so I can do it all in one fell swoop. So let's do it. Now we do get this cutscene here, but almost all the cutscenes in this game are pretty broken with this mod, since your character can't actually reach most of the tiles. And here we go. So that stole, I think, only one tile from us. Alright, so let's go ahead and start carving our path over here. Access to a calendar for the very first time, as well as access to the Help Wanted quests, and of course... of course, I got here a little too early. Okay, now Pierre's is open, and we are inside. Alright, so we have 2,000 left. That should be plenty. Now from this tile, we can reach the backpack upgrade, which we're not going to do right now. And we can reach the store, so we actually don't need any more tiles inside Pierre's. I think I'm just gonna buy some radishes or something fast, right? So that I can get some quick money. Let's just go ahead and buy 16 for now. We can always come back. We have all these tiles unlocked now. All right, this farm is still quite a mess. I haven't really decided where I was even gonna plant these yet. I hadn't really figured that out yet, but I guess I'm gonna plant them kind of basically where I planted my parsnips way back when. All right, here we go. Wow, this is actually crazy. You'll have to believe me when I say I have been waiting for this for a long, long time. We have officially unlocked farming in the farming game. Who would have thought? Alright, I'm actually going to run back to Pierre's real quick and just spend the rest of my money on seeds, since I definitely do have enough room. So I'm just going to spend the rest of my money on more radishes. Alright, let's go ahead and get these planted. Alright, we've got a lot of seeds now. This is still blowing my mind. I know I've said it, but this is so crazy to me that I have not been able to actually farm in the farming game. Alright, let's go to bed and watch our crops grow. Now, there is something else that I've been keeping from you all. I need to come clean. I acquired something from a tree very early on in the grind, and that is this green shirt right here. I got it from shaking an oak tree, very, very small random chance, and I've been hiding it in this chest, waiting for the right time to finally put it on. With us having graduated from tree farming to actual farming, I think it's fitting that now is the time where we get to don the green shirt, as green as the leaves of the oak trees that I've been chopping down for almost 4 years. Welcome to the new era, the era of farming.
Welcome back to episode 3 of Tile Locked Valley. Last episode we chopped hundreds of trees and sold thousands of wood in order to unlock the tiles all the way from the farm to Pierre's general store. And as you can see, we have now unlocked farming. I've got a whole bunch of these radishes planted here, as many as I could afford at the end of the last episode, and I've been watering them all very patiently. Since I only have a few crops at the moment, I have tons of energy left, so I've been keeping up with my trees along the road as usual. After all, just because I'm wearing this green shirt now doesn't mean I'm too good to chop a few trees. The only difference is that now I'm keeping all the wood and sap instead of selling it, because that I am too good for. Although I'm still selling any fiddlehead ferns I get. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of money when I sell these radishes though, and naturally I'm gonna reinvest pretty much all of it right back into more seeds, so that I can continue to grow my farming empire. As humble as it is at this stage. I guess it's not really an empire, more of a seed stage startup, if you will. Anyway, my farm can only grow so big with so little room for planting, so before I buy this next batch of seeds, I think it's time to talk about my next goal. And to do that, we need to revisit the overall goal for the series. Let's talk about the community center. As I mentioned in the first episode, completing the community center is my main goal for Tile Locked Valley, and I've selected to play with remixed bundles, meaning many of the items I'll be required to donate are randomized, and I won't know which ones I'll need until I can actually enter the community center, start completing bundles, and find out for myself. This means that up until this point, I've been playing blind, collecting items that might be in one of the bundles, but could turn out to just be useless. As I progress in the series, it's going to become increasingly important for me to know exactly which items are in these bundles so that I can strategize around them and plan for the future. With all that said, I think it's clear that my goal for this episode should be unlocking the community center. Now, this is a much taller order than it might seem for someone like Tilly. The community center itself is not too far away, less than 50 tiles from the areas I have unlocked already, but in order to actually discover and start completing the bundles, you must first visit the wizard in his tower, way down here on the western edge of Cindersap Forest, one of the farthest areas from the tiles I have unlocked. Reaching the wizard will require a minimum of 200 tiles unlocked, and this will be the first goal of the episode. To reach the wizard, I have two main options for pathing. I can either unlock tiles south through town to reach the eastern edge of the forest area, or I could unlock tiles south through my farm to reach the northern edge of the forest area. For either path, I then would unlock tiles around the lake to the other side where the tower is. The two paths aren't that different in total distance, and the path through the town would bring me closer to areas like the beach and the blacksmith, but since I'm currently desperate for more room to plant crops, the path through the farm is what we'll be going with. By the way, these videos are my first ever on YouTube, so if you're enjoying them so far, consider subscribing to see more. It means a lot to me. Alright, let's get some more seeds. It's Farmer Tilly. Thank you. No, please, hold your applause. So, if I did my math right, I should be able to plant 48 seeds with the tiles I have. But I have some more money left over, so I'm gonna buy even more seeds and try to leave myself some cash to unlock more tiles to plant them on. I think 12 more should be safe. Alright, let's stick these seeds in the ground. After this, we'll need to unlock our new tiles, creating a path to the south end of the farm. And I'm gonna take a slightly indirect path to get there. I want to unlock a path going left here, since these tiles will be really important for getting to the greenhouse, the farm cave, and maybe even the north road if I decide to unlock that eventually. Now, I know what you're thinking, Fungus, can't you just move the greenhouse closer? Well, yes, if I unlock Robin's house, I could, but actually clearing an open space on my farm big enough to move the greenhouse to would probably cost just as many tiles as getting to where it is now. And it starts pretty close to the cave. Alright, let's get these in the ground and we are good to go. Got a few more tiles than we needed there, but that's okay. We got our first farming level since the parsnip days back in year 1. Not much to look at here since I won't be able to craft any of these things for a long time. By the way, if you're wondering why I chose to be female in episode 1, this is why. When you make enough money, you get letters from one of your parents in the mail with a gift attached. For the first one, if you're female, you get 500 gold from your dad. But if you're male, your mom just sends you cookies instead. I figured 500 gold is worth more during the early stages of this series. And that plus Tilly as a name was just too funny to pass up. Man, I love rainy days. Not having to water each crop one at a time is so nice. Although it's gonna get so much worse when I have a lot more crops. Alright, it's harvest day. Last harvest of the summer. There's no more time to plant anything, so we'll be chopping trees till fall. Level 3 farming. And another list of things I can't make. Oh, and level 4 farming. The list continues. Just got another foraging level from chopping trees. Nothing too crazy here. I am accruing quite the list of crafting items here, but there are just so few things I actually have the resources for. And it'll probably stay that way for a while. I'm also saving up quite a bit of sap, but I'm holding off on using it. I know there's a chance I end up needing to do the sticky bundle, which takes 500 sap, so I'm going to keep saving them until then. Alright, it's fall now, and the first thing we're going to do is stock back up on seeds. For this season, we're going to be planting artichokes. They only cost 30 gold each, and they take 8 days to grow, so we can grow them 3 times over and still have a little wiggle room while we figure out exactly how this is going to work. Now I did the math, and I should be able to plant 140 of them, and still have enough money to unlock the necessary tiles. 140 is also pretty close to the most I can water in a day, and still have a little bit of energy left for chopping trees or whatever else. I want to start unlocking these tiles going south now, but I don't actually have enough energy to get all these artichokes planted in one day, so I'm going to have to try to do half today and maybe half tomorrow. Alright, that's as far as I can make it. It might take a couple more days to get these started, but that's all okay. I spent all of my money going as far south as I can go, and I got all my artichokes planted, It looks like I used up all my wiggle room time though, so we'll have to be pretty perfect from here on out if we want to get 3 full harvests. This is a lot of watering, and my watering can runs out like 4 times a day. But this is going to give me so many tiles, so it'll all be worth it in the end. Another day, another empty watering can. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of starting to enjoy this. I don't know if it's just Stockholm Syndrome kicking in or what, but it's honestly just nice to have so many tiles to run around on. I was getting a bit claustrophobic by the end of the tree farming phase. It's quite nice, really. Ah, here's our first ever crow on the farm. You know, now that I say that out loud, I feel like that's crazy lucky. Like, the whole time we were growing radishes last season, and for the first 6 days of this season, not one crow. Of course, now I probably jinxed it, and there's gonna be like 4 crows a day for the rest of the season. Yeah, there's another one. You should have just kept your mouth shut, Tilly. You just had to say something. Rainy days could not feel better, man, I'm telling you. Look at this. Look at all this work I don't have to do. You ever wake up on a weekday when you were a kid thinking you had school that morning, and then your parents tell you it's like some random holiday or something that you definitely didn't remember? This is what that feels like. Pure bliss. Oh my god, I can pet my cat. I can't believe I almost just went to sleep and missed that. I have literally pet my cat maybe twice in this whole series so far, because he's just like never where I can reach him. I have never filled his water bowl either, so I have 1.5 hearts with him just from rainy days where his bowl gets filled on its own. Poor guy. Another day, another crow eating my crops. Look at all these artichokes ready to be picked. A few of them are a day behind because it took me so gosh darn long to get them started, but we should still be on track for 3 harvests if we wait a day for them to catch up. So that's what we're gonna do. What a beautiful sight. 140 artichokes, minus a few stolen ones, all ready to be picked and sold. I'm probably gonna get a couple farming levels here because this is a ton of XP. I love the little melodies that come from picking a bunch of crops real fast. It's like... That's awesome. I swear, I always get to Pierre's too early. I'm just too excited. Guess I can go make another cup of tea. Alright, let's sell some artichokes. Whew, that's a lot of money. Don't let it get to your head now, Tilly. You got a lot of tiles to unlock still. Alright, we can load back up on artichoke seeds. We're still gonna have a lot of money left by the looks of it. I was thinking about doing pumpkins instead, but we could only do 1 harvest of pumpkins, and I think 2 harvests of artichokes is gonna be better. Oh, here we go. Demetrius is about to offer us a choice for what kind of cave we want on the farm. I did put some thought into this, and I think mushrooms is going to be the way to go. Both caves have the chance of providing us some of the items we might need for the community center, but mushrooms in general I think are going to be much harder than fruit for us to get, since we can buy fruit trees just fine from Pierre already. And I think the mushroom cave generates a little more money even if you ignore the community center. We don't have access to the cave yet though, so we'll check it out when we get there. I almost forgot, the other thing I wanted to get from Pierre's are the fall crops that we might need for the community center eventually. There's still enough time in the season, and since I have plenty of cash at the moment, this is a luxury we can finally afford. Alright, so we're gonna buy 1 pumpkin, 1 corn, 1 eggplant, and a yam. We can start unlocking some more tiles on our path down south. This will give us a little more room to plant crops, so they won't be so spread out. Now, we do have to avoid this boulder here, but now we get a second water source, which will make refilling our watering can just a little easier. Alright, I can't even pick this stuff up, so I'm gonna go plant my crops. I'm gonna plant my community center crops right out front here, and then we can add some more farmland closer to the water, and plant our artichokes. Alright, we got all those planted, so we can keep unlocking some tiles with all this money we got. I think I'm just gonna finish this path out here so that we can enter the forest area. Down and to the left we go. What is blocking me here? Oh my god, there's a boulder here. Wow, that is hard to see. Okay, note for future Tilly, no unlocking tiles in the dark, because that's how you make mistakes. Alright, no big deal though. It's just a few tiles wasted to get around it here. Got a little too excited there. I thought I told Tilly not to let the money get to her head. Alright, that's enough for today. We'll come back tomorrow. Ooh, level 5 farming. I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer, right? Rancher is pretty questionable even if I weren't tile locked, so Tilly's gonna be a tiller. Oh, and level 6 farming. Can't make any of these. Alright, quick check-in. Our farming has now caught up to our foraging. This really is the green shirt era. Tilly Bumpkin, you're a star. Dear Tilly, I read an article about you in the local paper. Really? Tilly's dad reads Game Rant articles? Huh. Oh my god, it's someone from town. What do I say? I'm Tilly. I bought all these tiles. Do you like tiles? Oh, yeah, no, yeah, I'm like super busy too, so I have to... Oh my god, I think I messed that up. Tilly doesn't get a lot of chances to socialize. You know, it has only just occurred to me that a crow could come and eat one of my community center crops, and I might not have enough time to plant it again before the season's over. Scarecrows are too expensive, so I'm gonna go buy another pumpkin and corn seed as a backup. If the eggplant or yam gets eaten, I'll just come back and buy another one. Alright, the time has come. We are going to unlock a new area, the area south of the farm, Cindersap Forest. This area has a lot of things going for it, but one of the most important for me right now is forageables. I have spent over 3.5 years in Stardew Valley and have acquired a whopping total of 2 forageable items. Forageables are particularly important to me right now because when I reach the community center, the only room I'll have unlocked is the crafts room, where the forageable bundles live. In order to unlock any other room outside of this one, I will first need to complete one entire forageable bundle. This means that the only surefire way of unlocking the other rooms and discovering what items will be needed for the whole community center is to collect all of the forageables from a single season. So these are important. The reason I haven't been able to collect many so far is that forageables don't spawn anywhere on the standard farm. They also don't spawn on just any old tile outside the farm. In fact, each map area has designated tiles that can spawn forageables, and of all the hundreds of such tiles in the game, the only ones I've had direct access to are these 3 right here. Honestly, it's a miracle I've even gotten the 2 forageables I have. Now, what does Cindersap Forest's map look like? Well, it looks like this. This area is absolutely littered with eligible tiles for spawning forageables, and this was another huge reason why this is the area I selected to pursue this episode. The path we unlock to the Wizard's Tower will grant us access to dozens of eligible spawn locations. And if we can collect all the fall forageables and finish our first bundle, we'll have a huge head start in unlocking the rest of the community center and uncovering the bundles that lie ahead. Alright, here we go. And if we go back, we unlock these tiles here. Okay, not too bad. We'll start by unlocking a path going south here, and then we'll want to unlock a path to the left right underneath this tree. We also get this artifact spot. Could be something good. Yeah, alright, didn't think so. Oh, hi, small child. Do you want something? You know, that's a fair response to the strange lady who comes walking out of the abandoned farm outside your town and then proceeds to stand directly in your way without saying a word. I'm gonna get out of her way because I feel creepy now. The other super important thing we'll unlock down here is the traveling cart merchant. She comes here every Friday and Sunday and sells a random selection from a ton of different items, like really a ton. And she will probably be super instrumental in helping us obtain some of the items for the community center. Like I said, this area has a lot going for it. Let's see what she has. Periwinkle is in the crab pot bundle, but that's not terribly difficult. Oh, scorpion carp. There's a 1 in 3 chance that I could use this in the fish tank to complete the Master Fisher's bundle. This could save me a decent chunk of tiles if I end up needing it. I think I'm gonna get it. It's only 800. Alright, now we can keep heading to the Wizard's Tower. I'm trying to follow a path that's efficient, but also next to as many forageable tiles as possible. It is getting dark though, and we know how well Tilly does in the dark. Oh my god, it's the girl from town again. Okay, don't blow it this time. Be cool, be cool. Hey, how's it going? What should I do tonight? I was thinking of dyeing my hair again. What do you think? What? Who says that to someone they just met? Okay, she doesn't know how to talk to strangers either. Alright, just play it safe. Play it safe. I like it just the way it is. Of course, that's what you'd say? Alright then. You always find a way to blow it, Tilly. Here we are at the Wizard's Tower. Of course, we can't actually go in yet, but we will soon enough. Alright, let's go home. It's late. So, I somehow forgot to record the past 2 days, but I just finished selling and replanting the next round of artichokes, and while I was at Pierre's, I got myself the first backpack upgrade. So I now have twice as many inventory slots. I also bought a coffee bean from the traveling merchant that I'll be saving to plant in spring, and I also created a new chest for my community center items and found a blackberry near the Wizard's Tower. Every Saturday I'll be making my rounds to look for forageables, since that's the last day before they all reset every Sunday morning. Alright, it's time to unlock our path to the community center now that we have money again. Why do I always do these things at night? Look at this blackberry. Alright, we'll unlock a path up this way. We'll probably pass 400 tiles unlocked doing this, so we're getting dangerously close to the tiles going up to 1,000 gold each when we hit 500. This is what it's all for. Someday in the future, we'll be walking through these doors with the final item to complete the final bundle. But for now, we're just getting started. The first room is this bottom left one here, so we'll make our path over there. Tomorrow we'll be invited to the Wizard's Tower, where he'll teach us how to make sense of all this. But for now, we wait. That's level 7 farming achieved, and level 8 farming too. Seems like we'll be on track to hit level 9 by the end of the season. Alright, here's our wizardly invitation. We'll make a quick stop at the traveling merchant, and nothing terribly interesting. Should be a quick cutscene here, and that's it. We now have the community center unlocked. Let's go check out our very first set of bundles. But first, I need to let you in on a little secret. There's another twist to this game mode that I haven't mentioned at all thus far, and it has to do with bonus tiles. That's right, those 10 bonus tiles I started the game with aren't the last we'll see of them. When I first started designing this game mode, I came to a disappointing realization pretty early on. The optimal strategy often appeared to be to completely ignore most of the community center for a very long time, instead focusing tile unlocks exclusively on increasing your earning potential, stockpiling money and items until you hit a breaking point where you would rush through the remainder of the community center rather quickly and anticlimactically. In short, it would feel like a Joja playthrough, just slower. I decided that for the fun of playing this game mode as well as watching it, this needed to change. There needed to be an incentive to work through the community center as you go, rather than completing it all at the end. This would allow the game mode to reach its full potential as a creative puzzle of finding all the different bundle items as you decide which areas to unlock in which order. And the solution was simple. Every item added to the community center rewards you with 5 bonus tiles for free, and a fully completed bundle yields an additional 20. Just like the first bonus tiles, these don't count toward the running total that increases your cost, so you're not incentivized to hoard them. The strategy now becomes to complete as many items as you're able to with the tiles that you have, in order to be able to unlock more tiles for free. And this strategy becomes more and more important as the tiles increase in cost. Now that the secret is revealed, let's rejoin our story as we head to the community center to find out which bundles we'll discover first. I'm kind of nervous. These bundles pretty much all range from pretty easy to pretty difficult, and it's all luck which ones I end up getting. There's no way to change the items or substitute them, so what I get is what I get. Let's give it a little rub for good luck, and let's see what we got. Okay, first up, the spring foraging bundle. Yeah, okay, we got the spring onion. There's an 80% chance of this item being here, but I was kinda hoping I would get really lucky and get to skip it. It's not hard to get per se, but it is really far. The only place to find it, other than the traveling merchant, is way down at the bottom of the forest, so that'll take quite a few tiles. Up next, winter forageables. Okay, nice. Actually, both of the ones that we have are here. Then we get to the wild medicine bundle. This is one of the randomly chosen ones. This one's not too bad, actually. The hops I can just grow. The fiddlehead ferns I get from my mossy trees. And the purple mushrooms I can just get from my mushroom cave with a little bit of luck and some patience. Alright, then we have the forest bundle. Oh, wow. Oh, this is super lucky. We had a 75% chance of needing 200 fiber to complete this bundle, which would be super difficult, but we got the 3 easier items instead. I'm actually probably very close to being able to complete this bundle right now. Very lucky. Alright, then we have the summer bundle. Nothing random about this one. And same with the fall bundle, which we already have that blackberry for. All in all, very lucky, I would say. The spring onion hurts a bit, but that was to be expected. Let's go grab everything that we can put into the bundles and collect our first bonus tiles. So yeah, we only have 6 maple seeds. Otherwise, we could complete the forest bundle right now. We can, however, grab 10 acorns and 10 moss and grab our forageables. That's going to be 6 slots filled already. That's huge. All right, here we go. We can put our leek in, and there we go. 5 bonus tiles added to our bank. We can see how many we have banked up here. Now the price to unlock tiles is 0 until we use those up. Let's go ahead and put the rest of our items in. And that is 30 bonus tiles for us to use. Absolutely amazing. We are just now getting to the good stuff in this series, and I have never been more excited. Next episode, we venture into even more new areas, uncover more of our future bundle items, and unlock at least one entirely new skill. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Last episode, we had just finished unlocking the community center and discovered our first set of bundles in the crafts room. We had some items saved up to add to these bundles, and for each one we added, we got 5 bonus tiles to use for free. Now it's time to put those bonus tiles to use. I want to unlock the mushroom cave that Demetrius set up for us a little while back. It'll be a free source of income, and as we discovered in the last episode, any purple mushrooms we get will help us complete the wild medicine bundle. I've got 30 bonus tiles saved up, so that should get us pretty much all the way there. Along the way, I'll also hopefully get a few more maple seeds, since I need just a few more to complete our very first bundle, the forest bundle. Ooh, got a hazelnut. That's going in the bundle. Alright, I've run out of energy right at the finish line here, so I'll pick this back up tomorrow. Alright, rainy day, this is perfect. We can get into the mushroom cave now. Let's see what we got. No purple mushrooms yet, but we'll come back every 2 days to collect whatever grows here. We just ran out of bonus tiles though, so we'll have to pay a little out of pocket to get this dehydrator, but I think it's worth it since it'll make us some extra money off the mushrooms. I just need 1 more maple seed to complete the forest bundle, so let's see if we can get that right now. Come on. There it is, the maple seed. It's making a return in the series. This was the item that unlocked tree farming for us back in episode 1, and now it's going to be the last item needed to complete our first ever community center bundle. It's iconic. Alright, we can put our dehydrator down, and as soon as we get 5 mushrooms of the same type, we can start using it. Let's grab our bundle items now and make another trip to the community center. We can add both our fall forageables for 10 more bonus tiles, and we can add our maple seeds to complete the forest bundle. 25 bonus tiles for a completed bundle, the first of hopefully many more to come. We also get a charcoal kiln as a reward, which might be very helpful going forward since I have plenty of sources of wood and basically no sources of coal at the moment. Since we completed our first bundle, we also now get access to the pantry. as well as the fish tank. Let's go take a look at the pantry bundles. First up, spring crops. Very nice. The seasonal crops are all pretty standard, except I'm really just hoping to avoid carrots, summer squash, and broccoli, since those are the only crops I'd have to find in seed spots instead of buying them from Pierre's. Alright, summer crops. Yep, there it is, summer squash. Alright, that's okay. For fall crops, no broccoli. Very nice. We can finish this bundle by the end of the season then. Okay, next we'll look at the random ones, the scary ones, like the animal bundle. Ouch. This one is pretty hard. We'll need to reach Robin's and Marnie's, buy and upgrade a coop and a barn, and a bunch of animals, and of course unlock all the tiles on the farm to actually accommodate that. We'll figure that one out later. Next, we have the Brewer's bundle. This one isn't too bad, we'll just need to get a keg at some point. And lastly, the Rare Crops bundle. I can grow the Sweet Gemberry next year during fall to complete this one, since I have the traveling cart unlocked. Alright, I'm back up to 37 bonus tiles now, so let's go check out the fish tank too. I know I can look at these without reaching them, but I'll want these tiles anyway. Oh, oops, there goes one tile. Let's see what we got. Almost all of these are fully predictable, like the river fish, the night fish, the crab pot bundle, the lake fish, and the ocean fish. The only random one is the specialty fish bundle. Interesting. I guess I won't be using that scorpion carp I bought after all. Alright, we've got a lot of planning to do for the future. One of our mossy trees is fully grown, so we can get the fiddlehead ferns for our medicine bundle. Let's go drop those off now. And mushroom cave, no purples. We can start dehydrating some mushrooms. This gives us something like 50% more money for anything we put in here, so that's a nice perk. Shoo, crow, get out of here. By the way, I dug into the crow spawning logic a bit more and learned something I never knew. The reason I get so few crows and why scarecrows really aren't that important for me is that crows kind of get distracted, so to speak, by tiles on your farm that are either tilled or have flooring, grass, or trees on them. And I have a lot of tiles with grass and trees, so that ends up decreasing the odds of crows spawning by a lot. I love learning these weird little bits of game knowledge, and it's one of the main reasons I love this challenge. Alright, time for another trip to the traveling cart. Let's see what she has. Ooh, large egg. I need one of these for the animal bundle, so I think we have to get that. She also has truffles. Interesting. There's a chance I need one of these for the chef's bundle as part of the bulletin board, so I think I'm gonna buy one just in case. There's a wild plum right up here, which would be the last fall forageable I need to complete that whole bundle. Fall is basically over, and I would need these tiles going up this way anyway to get to the desert eventually, so it's not a complete waste. I think I'm going to do it. Alright, we have our corn and pumpkin to complete our fall crops bundle, and a couple other items, so let's go drop those off and uncover some more bundles for the future. First, the fall crops, which gives us a bee house. Very cool. And we can put our egg in. Alright, and that unlocks the boiler room for the mining related bundles. We won't be able to touch that for a little while though. Then we can finish off our fall foraging bundle, which gives us fall seeds, and more importantly, unlocks the bulletin board. So let's unlock a path to that, since we may have some items for those bundles already. Alright, what do we have here? The Foragers bundle. That's kind of tough actually. The berries take a lot of tiles since I'll have to reach quite a lot of those bushes around the valley to collect them. The children's bundle, this is a weird one. Salmon berries are the same as the last bundle. Ice cream we can buy during summer. Cookies are funny actually, since I turned down my chance for free cookies just by choosing to be female, but I actually have a plan for those that I'll talk about pretty soon. Alright, Winter Star bundle. This is perfect, since I saved those powder melons hoping I would get this bundle. The other items we'll have to figure out still. The Enchanter's bundle, kinda tough. Most of these are pretty doable, but the Rabbit's Foot is not easy. field research bundle. Looks like we'll need another purple mushroom. And the rest of these aren't too bad, except maybe the frozen geode. Well, we didn't end up needing the truffle after all. Oh well. Let's put that bee house down and call it a night. Mushroom cave, no purples. Alright, it's harvest day and the last day of the season, which means it's time to talk about the plans for next season. I'm gonna sell all these artichokes and get a big stack of cash, but I'm not gonna be buying more seeds because tomorrow is winter. So what am I gonna do with all my money? Well, let's talk about the brand new skill I want to unlock. You may have already guessed it, but for the winter, it's going to be very important that I unlock fishing. For all of fall, I've been using basically all of my energy each day on watering my crops. But in winter, I won't have any crops to water, which means I'll have excess energy and time to spend on something else. Fishing. There are a whole bunch of fish that I'll need for the community center, and 8 of them can be caught during winter if I unlock the appropriate fishing locations. So over the course of winter, I want to unlock all 3. The river, the ocean, and the mountain lake, so that I can catch all the fish I need for the future. Additionally, the treasure chests you can find while fishing have quite a lot of useful items that I currently can't find anywhere else. On top of that, I also have a very important but very expensive side project that I want to accomplish during winter. So we'll be trying to sell as many fish as we can in order to fund this project, but we'll talk more about that in a bit. For now, let's sell these artichokes and unlock a path down to the beach so that we can get our fishing rod from Willy. Okay, so the path to the beach we're going to unlock is going to be straight down through the middle of town here, and we're going to unlock this trash can by Evelyn's house on the way so that we can start searching it every day. That trash can has a 5% chance of giving cookies, which is how I plan to get them for the children's bundle. Fungus from the future here, I probably also should have unlocked this trash can by the saloon, since you can find a number of different cooked dishes here. But we'll have to come back to that in the future. Okay, then we just unlock a path straight down over the bridge and to the beach. We do get this cutscene here, which we'll have to skip, but then we have our fishing rod. Wait. What just happened? Why am I standing here on this tile when the cutscene normally starts here and ends here? Was this intentional? Well, no, this is a bug, and the first one that made it into final production since I was too excited to get my fishing rod to notice at the time. When a cutscene teleports you like this, the mod is supposed to force you to unlock the tiles you get teleported to, for your benefit or detriment, but it didn't happen this time. Here's what it's supposed to look like for a tile-locked farmer after I fixed the bug. You get teleported here at the beginning of the cutscene, and then the end of the cutscene teleports you here. Now, I'll set this right in a little bit, but for now I'm not even aware this happened. Alright, we have our bamboo pole and have officially unlocked fishing. Very exciting. Let's go try it out. We have our first fishing spot already, the river in town right here, just by casting over the bridge. We got our first fish. God, I always forget how tiny the fishing bar is at level 0. But there it is, our first catch, a smallmouth bass. Amazing. Alright, I think I'm just going to keep fishing here for the rest of the day. It's very exciting to have a new thing to do, and I might even catch a tiger trout for the river fish bundle while I'm at it. See you on the other side. Alright, it's nearly midnight, so time to go back. I did not catch tiger trout, but I did catch a bunch of other fish, as well as an earth crystal from a treasure chest. We got level 9 farming from our artichoke harvest. Very important level for the future. We also got level 1 fishing and level 2 fishing. Very nice. And for our very first haul of fish, 915 gold. Excellent. It's winter time in Tile-Locked Valley. Like I said, I'm mostly going to be fishing, but I will also be keeping an eye out for a snow yam and a crocus, since I still need those for the winter foraging bundle. I also realized I forgot to check what was in the boiler room bundles, since I won't even be able to get to many of them, but here's what they have. The Adventurers bundle, with my choice of a few different monster parts. The Engineers bundle, with iridium ore, battery pack, and refined quartz. and the Geologist's bundle with some crystals you can find in various parts of the mines. Alright, it's time to unlock the tiles on the beach that I was supposed to unlock as part of that fishing rod cutscene. So that would be this tile and this tile here. Now we're square and all is right in the world. Well, this world anyway. I also want to unlock some tiles down to the ocean so that I can catch ocean fish for my bundles. So let's do that. We also got a clam for the crab pot bundle. In winter, we are looking for a sardine and a tuna. There's our sardine. Oh, and our first copper ore from a treasure chest. Oh, and a diamond. Well, we spent the whole day here and got a lot of fish, but no tuna. So we'll be back tomorrow. That's level 3 fishing achieved, which means we now unlock crab pots. Very important for completing the crab pot bundle, and not a bad haul for the first day of winter. Since we collected our first copper ore, Clint here is going to teach us how to craft a furnace, though we'll need 17 more to actually do it. We also unlocked the next fishing rod, which can use fishing bait. See you soon. Maybe you will, Willie. Maybe you will. Alright, let's go make another trip to the community center since we have some more items to drop off. Time for our daily search through Evelyn's trash. Make sure no one's looking. Oh, wow. There they are. Those are the cookies we've been looking for. That was very fast. Let's go drop those off too. Alright, give me a tuna. And there it is. I'm going to go back to the river now, since I still need a tiger trout. Tiger trout acquired. This is the last of the community center fish we can catch in the river and ocean during winter, and that's level 4 fishing. Oh, an artifact spot could be our snow yam. Huh. No. I had to try that on real quick, but that did not feel right at all. We'll know when it's time for a new shirt, alright? We'll know. Now, you might be wondering, Fungus, why are you still fishing in the river? Don't you have lake fish to catch? And you'd be right, but I also have that secret side project I want to complete during the winter. So I'm going to be fishing in the river to get a little more cash over the next couple of days, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do with it. Oh, it's the pretty girl from before. Is it boring to be a farmer during winter? I don't know what you're talking about, Abigail. I'm having a blast. Oh my god, it's her again. Hey, I was just thinking... Oh, alright. Yeah, no, she must be busy. Pam is in need of a crocus. Me too, Pam. Me too. So, I think I'm going to unlock the tiles to Willie's shop. I can buy crab pots and fishing bait there, so I should be able to complete the crab pot bundle pretty quickly once I get those started. I can also buy the next fishing rod so that I can actually use bait. Let's buy 1 crab pot. Actually, let's buy 2 more since I can place 3 with just 1 tile unlocked. Alright, there we go. Then just add bait. Then back to fishing. We got level 5 fishing today. Trapper doesn't help us a ton since we can't make crab pots even with the reduced requirements. And since we're trying to make money off of fish this season, we're going to go with Fisher. Ooh, we got our very first purple mushroom. Just 5 more to go. Time for our trip down to the traveling cart. What do you got for me? Oh my god, sandfish. Very nice. This may just save us a trip to the desert entirely. So much for this scorpion carp. I don't want to just sell it though, since it's so hard for Tilly to get, so maybe I'll just hold on to it forever, who knows. Let's check our crab pots. Crab and shrimp already, very nice. And back to fishing. It looks like we're making over 2,000 a day from the river fishing, and it'll only get better as our fishing level goes up. Uh-oh, there's a crocus just a few tiles away here, and I'm not sure if I should get it. This would complete the winter foraging bundle for me since I can just dig snow to get a guaranteed snow yam, but it's also so early in the season and I might get lucky with an even closer one. No, I have to get it, but I'll be kicking myself if I find a closer one later in the season. To get the snow yam, we just need to till a little dirt outside the farm, which we have plenty of right here. And there it is, easy peasy. And that is the winter foraging bundle complete, which unlocks the final room of the community center. the vault. And I can plant these winter seeds I just got. Another successful day of fishing. I decided I'm going to start saving everything I catch in a chest here, because what can I say? I want to see the numbers go up, all in one place. Another couple days of fishing, and look at this chest. Isn't that lovely? We're going to see just how full we can get this thing. And that's level 7 fishing as well. Ooh, a nautilus shell, free for the taking. We need that for a bundle. We've got enough items to finish the crab pot bundle, so let's get some more bonus tiles. Okay, now it's time to start working on our secret winter side project. And what is it, you might ask? Well, let me start by explaining a problem I'm trying to solve. When spring comes back around, I'll naturally want to plant a bunch of crops again, since this is the absolute best way of making money I have, and probably will ever have. But the past 2 seasons, I've been watering my crops one at a time, and using all of my energy every day to do so. If I ever want to have energy to, say, I don't know, go mining, I need to find a solution to this problem. Now, you might think of sprinklers, since they water crops without any energy used, but they are far too expensive to acquire at this stage, and the way I have my tiles set up on my farm doesn't really allow for very efficient use of sprinklers anyway, so I would need a lot. Instead, I want to upgrade my watering can. The copper watering can waters 3 tiles in front of you, and the steel watering can 5, but again, the way my tiles are arranged, this really doesn't help at all with most of the crops I can plant, so we'll need to go for gold. The arrangement this can waters in is perfect for how my crops are currently laid out, and it'll conserve almost a quarter of the energy I normally use for watering, in addition to taking much less time. To accomplish this, I'm going to unlock a path to Clint, the blacksmith, who can do these upgrades for me as well as sell me the necessary ores. This isn't cheap, which is why I've waited until I have a big stack of cash as well as enough bonus tiles to get there without spending any of it. Okay, first I will need enough copper ore to actually make a furnace. I've gotten 12 so far from fishing, so 8 more. And then 25 to make 5 bars for my first upgrade. Let's make our furnace. This will be our new best fishing spot too, where the water is deeper. I'm going to be bringing the furnace with me so that I can smelt bars while I fish. Alright, that's the 5th bar, so we can go start our first watering can upgrade. Before I do that though, let me buy the ores for the next one so I can smelt the bars in the meantime. Okay, here we go. The first tool upgrade in Tile Locked Valley. See you in 2 days, Clint. Alright, back to smelting and fishing. Oh, a rare help wanted quest I can actually do. Catch 2 pike and talk to Demetrius. It's also Squidfest, but seeing as how I would have to unlock a good amount of tiles to even get any rewards, I think I'll pass for this year. Alright, let's get smelting and catch those pike. I got all 5 of my iron bars now and completed the pike quest, so I'm gonna go try to find Demetrius now. It's Friday, so he should be coming down to the saloon with Robin around 5 o'clock. Let's see if we can intercept him. Okay, there he is. Let's head him off at the pass. And quest complete. The pike population was getting out of hand. Yeah, don't worry. I think I'll take care of that this season. Seriously though, the chest keeps growing and I think pike will end up being the big moneymaker here. And that's the copper watering can achieved. I do have to come home and water my winter seeds before I start the next upgrade. Okay, let's buy the gold ore for the next one. Ouch, that is so expensive, but now we can start the iron one here. And back to the old smelting fish. Ooh, we got a couple frozen geodes from this treasure chest. We should actually be able to complete the whole field research bundle as soon as we get to the mountain lake and catch our chub. Our forageables are ready. That's going to be a nice bit of bonus cash. Traveling cart time, give it a rub for good luck. Ooh, large milk. We need that for the animal bundle. And, in fact, we may only need a coop now since we can get the other 2 eggs and the wool from chickens, ducks, and rabbits. That's going to be a buy. Ooh, Jewels of the Sea. That is the 2nd book I've read so far, right after Woody's Secret that I got during my tree farming grind in episode 2. And that is level 8 fishing. Really climbing up here. I'm going to be checking the special orders board every week since there are actually a few I can possibly do. Not many, but a few. The night market starts tonight, but other than the traveling cart merchant, I don't think there's actually much I'm interested in at the moment. So I don't think I'll be buying any more tiles here for this season. Here is our steel watering can. Let's start the final upgrade and drain nearly all of our money. And the fish chest grows bigger. Turns out you get a lot of fish when all you do is fish all day. How about that? Ooh, free piece of holly. Love that. And here is our golden watering can, all finished. Quite an expensive little side project, but this is going to be so nice when spring comes around and I go back to watering hundreds of crops every day. Just hit level 7 foraging from digging up an artifact spot today. So it's the 18th of winter now, which means we get to find out who will be our secret gift recipient for the Feast of the Winter Star a week from now. This year, your secret friend will be... Abigail? Oh my god, what? What are the odds? That's crazy. Is this fate? Is this meant to be? I think I have to get her something. I think I have to. This is too good to pass up on. Okay, I don't actually have anything that she would love currently, but I have to figure out a way to make this work. Let me go fishing while I think on this. Okay, here's what I figured out. Most bundles in the community center give you some kind of item as a reward for completing them. Now, obviously, I've been completing every bundle I can, except for a few, the vault bundles. I'll need to unlock some tiles to reach the vault, but then I can buy the cheapest bundle for 2,500 gold, get my 25 bonus tiles back, and as a reward, 3 chocolate cakes, which Abigail loves. Okay, now that we've got that sorted out, it should be smooth sailing to the Feast of the Winter Star. My plan currently is to fish all day, every day, until the 25th, when I can give Abigail her cake, and then we'll have enough fish saved up to tackle the final goal of the winter season, unlocking the mountain area. Let's do it. Got another treasure chest. Let's see what we get. Oh my god, I got an ancient seed. Wow, that is so lucky. Obviously, I can't do anything with this yet, but this is a game changer. As I'm fishing, I just keep thinking about how crazy it is that I got Abigail for the Feast of the Winter Star. This has been such a lucky winter season so far. But I gotta stay focused. We got lots of work to do. Okay, so somehow I completely failed to record any of the previous day, which was the Feast of the Winter Star. But here's a very real reenactment of what happened. Tilly woke up on the day of the feast with a grin on her face. She grabbed the week-old chocolate cake that she had been saving just for this occasion and strolled outside. She walked to the edge of town where she waited patiently for the festivities to start. As soon as the clock struck 9, she walked into town, cake in hand, ready to deliver her special gift to her special friend. Lo and behold, there she stood, illuminated by the lights on the tree, more radiant now than ever. Tilly unlocked the tiles to reach her, strolled up casually, presented the cake, and watched in wonder as Abigail's face lit up. "I love this. You're the best, Tilly," she exclaimed. And Tilly knew she was well on her way to making a real connection, deep and true. Then Carolyn gave Tilly some deluxe speed grow or something, and the festival was over. The end. So now we have one heart with Abigail. Also Elliot and Clint, because I talked to them a lot while I was fishing, but they mean nothing to me. I also sold all my fish and made over 50,000 gold. So now it's time to drop off any bundle items we have and unlock a path north to the mountain area. By the way, here are the tiles I unlocked in order to give Abigail her chocolate cake. Definitely very worth it. Definitely very efficient use of tiles. We're also going to buy the next vault bundle, since that's an effective one-time purchase of bonus tiles that we now have available. We have 58 bonus tiles, but only 61 tiles after that until the price of tiles increases to 1,000 gold each. So this path to the mountain area and the unlocks there will be the last time we're able to only pay 100 gold per tile. All right, here we are. Now out of bonus tiles. We're going to start with unlocking a path over to the mountain lake so that we can catch lakefish. I'm going to go north here to get a path closer to the entrance of the mines. And voila, we are here at the lake. There's also something very important I want to unlock right now, and that's Robin's house. Now, I'll need her to build a coop and whatnot on my farm to complete the animal bundle, but there's something much more pressing that I need to attend to. Something that's been long overdue. It's time to move Cricket's water bowl to somewhere I can reach. Ladies and gentlemen, the days of having a thirsty cat are over. I know real-life Cricket would approve. Okay, now let's catch some lakefish. We are looking for a chub, a bullhead, a largemouth bass, and a sturgeon. There's our chub. There's our sturgeon. And we'll have to come back tomorrow for the last two. Look at this happy cat. What a beautiful sight. All right, let's get these last two fish. There's our largemouth bass, and there's our bullhead. Let's go drop these off as the final bundle items of the winter. I'm gonna buy this rare crow in celebration of such a successful winter, and to protect that ancient seed we might be planting in the spring. But that ancient seed isn't the only exciting thing coming in year 5. Ladies and gentlemen, next year, we will take our very first steps into the mines. And I have some very exciting plans to share with you all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Alright, it's a brand new year and there is a lot to do. My head is just spinning with ideas, but I think I'm just going to start by clearing out my farm a little bit while I make a plan. I'll need to figure out my crop situation for spring, which crops I'm going to be planting, as well as how many, which is a little bit different now this year because I have my new gold watering can. I'll also need to remember to keep checking my mushroom cave every 2 days. Let's do that now. And starting the year off strong with another purple mushroom. Very nice. We will still need a few more of those to complete our wild medicine bundle, so we'll see how our luck keeps up. We can drop that off in our bundles chest and dehydrate our common mushrooms. Alright, back to clearing some room for our crops here. I think I'm going to try planting about the same number of crops as I did last year, but now with our gold watering can, that should actually leave us with a good amount of energy left over, rather than draining it all the way each day. I have a few different things this year that I'll need that energy for, including our first ever venture into the mines, but I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get closer to it. For now, let's focus on getting our crops planted. And first up, I want to plant the ancient seed that we got from that fishing chest last episode. I have a chest here with all the museum items I've collected so far from various sources, and I'll need to donate the ancient seed artifact to the museum in order to actually plant it. So let's make a trip down there with all these items. I also realized I accidentally sold the chub that I needed for the field research bundle last episode, and I'm out of bonus tiles, so let's go catch that real quick so we don't have to pay out of our pocket for our museum tiles, since I will still need cash to buy seeds to plant as well. Alright, we're here at the mountain lake. Let's see if we can catch a chub real quick to finish off that bundle and get our 25 bonus tiles. That's not a chub. That's also not a chub. Algae. I'm kind of close to running out of inventory space here. I didn't really think this through all the way. There's so many things I need to do today, and I'm kind of just trying to brute force my way through all of them. Let's hope it works out. Still no chub. I think I'm just going to eat this algae and keep going. Hopefully I get it soon, because it's almost noon and I have lots of other things I need to do today. Another carp. Another algae down the hatch. Alright, this is the one. I can feel it. Got a treasure chest. I really don't have the inventory space for this. Okay, but it is a chub. There we go. And bait and roe. Bait we can just equip, and the roe, I guess we can ditch a silver star carp. That's okay. I don't know why I'm like micromanaging my inventory here, but let's go drop off our chub and get our bonus tiles, and then head to the museum. Alright, here we are. Field research bundle complete. 25 bonus tiles, and we get a recycling machine. Very nice. I actually saved up all the trash that I got from all my fishing last episode, so we'll be able to turn that into a bunch of free resources. Looking forward to that. Alright, 25 bonus tiles should be plenty to get to the museum, since I already have tiles unlocked going across the river to Clint's. I'm searching this trash can out of habit, but I really don't even have any inventory space. What are you doing, Tilly? I'll check the special orders board, but, yeah, I can't do either of these at the moment. Still waiting to see one I can do. Alright, we can unlock our path to the museum here. That was 11 tiles, not too bad. We do lose 1 tile to the first cutscene here, but then we are good to go. We can unlock the last few tiles up to Gunther and start donating. I'm just going to start chucking all these items in here. I don't usually bother with organizing them at all until I at least have a bunch more donated. And for our rewards, our first ancient seed as well as the recipe, and some additional seeds we can plant for free. I'm going to leave the flute block here though, because I don't really need that right now. Alright, it's 3 o'clock, so let's swing by Pierre's before he closes so we can buy the actual crops we'll be planting for spring. I'm going to be planting potatoes this season, I've decided. The seeds are pretty affordable and have the highest total profit return when unprocessed of all the crops I have available at the moment. Rhubarbs from Sandy in the desert I think are actually better, but we don't have that unlocked yet, so potatoes it is. I want to plant them in groups of 9 to optimize my watering can usage, so let's do 135. Let's put our recycling machine outside here so I can keep loading it up with trash, and then I'm going to plant my ancient seed right out front here. I also want to plant my coffee bean and put a little deluxe speed grow on both of those. I want to propagate these coffee beans throughout the season since they may end up being my best cash crop for summer if I can get enough of them planted. I guess I can grab these carrots too. Alright, let's till some dirt for all these potatoes and see how good I am at counting. Alright, I'm completely out of energy and nearly out of time in the day, so let's just get all these seeds planted and I'll water them all starting tomorrow. Time to see how well I did counting out these tiles. Oh, perfect. I guess I can count. Alright, time to hit the sack. What a day. I have 30 quality fertilizer that I got from a bundle reward, but I also want to make some regular fertilizer with all the sap I've gotten to maximize our potato profits here. We can start fertilizing our crops, then we'll just need to water all of them and we'll be done with our chores for the day. While we're working through our chores, let's talk about what else I'm going to be doing this season. To talk about this, we'll need to revisit some of the bundles I'll need to complete for the community center, my overarching goal for the series. As part of the bulletin board, I'll need to complete the Foragers bundle, which will require me to collect 50 salmon berries and 50 blackberries. I also want another 10 salmon berries to complete the children's bundle in order to avoid having to hunt down an ancient doll. Now, where do you get these berries? From bushes all around the valley during a select few days of the year, and salmon berries can be picked for 4 days only during the 3rd week of spring, less than 2 weeks away. My first goal for this episode is to collect all 60 salmon berries I need from the bushes around the valley this spring. Now, this is no small task for Tilly. The berry bushes are spread all around the valley, and barely any of them are reachable with the tiles I have unlocked. So I'll need to unlock quite a few in order to get to them. And how many will I need to get to? Well, this is somewhat determined by luck, since which bushes have berries each day is entirely random, but it's also somewhat determined by my foraging level. By default, you get 1 berry for each bush you pick from, but this increases to 2 berries per bush at level 4 foraging, and 3 berries per bush at level 8, but I only have level 7, putting me just 1 level off of getting 50% more berries for free. So after I'm done with my chores each day, I'll be focusing on trying to get just 1 more foraging level before it's salmonberry season in just 13 days. I also want to plant the rest of the spring crops for that bundle. I already have potatoes and cauliflower growing, so I just need a parsnip seed and a kale seed. Then we can start getting some foraging XP. I'm going to be trying to chop down all the trees I have access to get the most XP I can over the next couple weeks. I really have no idea how close I am to level 8, or if it's even possible to get it before salmonberry season. I got level 7 sometime during winter of last year, and have since picked a number of forageables and dug some artifact spots, but we'll just have to try our best to get there and see if we do. Oh, got another Woody's Secret. That's some free foraging XP. We're also going to chop down these mossy trees I have on the farm. These have been providing me with mossy seeds for some time, so it's a bit sad to see them go, but no trees are safe this season. I suppose I might as well replant some trees as well, even though it's very unlikely they'll grow in time for me to chop them down before the 15th, but you never know. There are still more trees I can reach, so let's chop those down. Alright, I'm out of energy, so that's enough trees for today. I can grab these little guys over here, and this little twig. These twigs are actually worth 1 XP each, and every little bit counts when you don't know how much you need. Might as well plant some more trees where I have some room. I could get lucky, and maybe some of these will be grown in time. Alright, new day. Let's get our chores done, and then go hunt down some more trees. By the way, this golden watering can is so nice. It was such a chore to water 100-something crops one by one every day, so now this feels like a breeze. I also get all my watering done in 1 can instead of refilling it 4 times a day. Alright, we can chop these pine trees down. Wow, I just got 2 mystery boxes from the same tree. That's kind of crazy. We can chop these trees down too. I think there's at least 1 tree I can reach up by the mountain area too, so let's go check there. I also gotta remember to clear moss off of any trees I can reach, since that actually gives 1 foraging XP per moss as well. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I just have this 1 tree here that I can reach. Even though I can't get any of the things it drops, we'll chop it down anyway. Time for our daily search through the trash. And I actually want to unlock this trash can by the saloon, since you can get various cooked dishes from it that I wouldn't be able to get otherwise at the moment. So I guess let's unlock these 2 tiles here, closest to the saloon entrance, and nothing. I think I might as well get this one by the mayor's house too, since it's only 1 tile away. Even actual trash is pretty useful to me now that I have the recycling machine. There's a seed spot here, which could give me more carrot seeds. I don't actually care about seed spots for this season, but when we get closer to summer, I will need to get at least 1 of these, since I need the summer squash for my summer crops bundle. We can ignore that one for now though. Oh good, a rainy day, which is a perfect segue into one of my other goals for the season, and that's fishing. There are 5 fish for the community center that can be caught during spring, and 2 of them, the catfish and the eel, can only be caught while it's raining. So we're going to try to get that done today. We're of course still going to prioritize our foraging XP where we can though. Daily rummage through the trash. Alright, let's see if we can catch a catfish, since the eel can only be caught later in the day. Smallmouth bass. Smallmouth bass, and a treasure chest. Shad. We actually need this for a bundle too. We can complete the whole river fish bundle this season, but sunfish can only be caught when it's not raining, so not today. Smallmouth bass. Oh, this looks like it could be our catfish. Yeah, there it is. So, since you can't catch an eel until 4 p.m., I'm gonna head up to the mountain lake and see if I can catch a carp in the meantime. Okay, let's catch a carp. Wait, what? The legend fish? I am not ready for this. I am not nearly locked in enough to catch this guy. Yeah, okay, that was not gonna happen. In case it wasn't clear, that fish was the legend. One of 5 legendary fish, and he can only be caught here in the lake during spring when it's raining, but honestly I didn't know I could catch him with the tiles I have unlocked, so I didn't even think twice about it. I'm just here for a carp, but maybe I should try to catch the legend this season. That would be a fun little side challenge. Alright, this feels like a carp. Yes, there we go, another bundle fish. I still need to wait till 4 p.m. to catch the eel, so we might as well try for the legend again in the meantime. Oh, we got him again. Oh my god, okay. Well, this might not be possible with my current setup. I'm actually sure it is possible, but maybe I just need a little better luck, or maybe I'm just not that good at fishing. But I usually am only able to catch the legend with a trap bobber, or like at least some fishing boosting food. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clear out my inventory, then head down to the beach since I still need that eel. And while I'm there, I'm going to buy the next fishing rod and a trap bobber. And if I have time after catching the eel, I'll go back and try to actually catch the legend for real. Alright, let's go buy some bait, both for my crab pots and to speed up the fishing. Then we can buy 1 trap bobber and the iridium rod. Oh my god, I just misclicked and sold my catfish. I was in another window double checking when to catch eels, and I just clicked back and sold my catfish. Alright, well, I guess I need to catch another one then. Wait, you can't buy back a fish you just sold, can you? No, you cannot. Alright, let's go catch another catfish real quick. Alright, there's our catfish again, and now we can catch our eel. It is already 7 p.m. though, so I don't know if we'll have enough time to catch the legend after this. Let's see how quickly we can get an eel. We got a herring. Oh, and we got an eel. Second fish. Very nice. Alright, let's go see if we can catch that legend. Alright, it's 10 p.m., so we'll have to get it quickly. We can throw on our trap bobber and give this a go. Just a river jelly. That's not it. Nope. Algae. Oh, here he is. Come on, come on. Keep your cool, Tilly. Keep your cool. Don't let him spook ya. Nice and steady and patient. That's it. Boom. There it is. You've caught one of the legendary fish, Tilly. The legend. Pretty cool. I was honestly not expecting to catch him this season, or honestly at all. But that's a nice little side challenge completed. Another very long day. We will have to come back to put our fish in the community center tomorrow. It's Friday, so you know what that means. Time to check on the traveling cart merchant and see what she's got for me. There's a sunfish, which we need, but I can just catch that myself in a bit, so pretty much nothing. I suppose the farther I get in the series, the less likely it is that she actually has anything new and exciting for me, but when she does, it'll probably be pretty exciting. We got a couple more trees to chop down for some more foraging XP. Alright, let's catch that sunfish, and that will be the last bundle fish we need for the season. Done on day 5. And there it is, first try. Alright, let's go drop these off at the community center and get our rewards. 30 deluxe bait, and a dressed spinner. I got my first honey of the season. I'll need to turn one of these into mead for the brewer's bundle at some point, and in order to do that, I'll need to make a keg. In order to get the oak resin for a keg, I'll need a tapper, and it just so happens that I've gotten enough copper and iron ore for all of this from all my fishing and trash recycling. So let's start smelting some bars. Alright, that's 2 copper bars, then we just need our wood, and we can craft ourselves a tapper. Unfortunately, I've just chopped down all the trees I can reach, so we'll just wait for the next unsuspecting oak tree to grow, and then we put our tapper on that. We got our parsnip for the community center bundle, very nice. Alright, let's do our daily watering of our potatoes, and while I do that, let's talk about our second and final goal for the episode. After I accomplish my salmonberry picking goal this season, I want to reach level 5 of the mines. I'll need to delve quite deep into the mines for a few of my community center bundle items. And in order to understand the strategy I will be employing, we first need to understand how the mines work for a tile-locked farmer. And in order to do that, we need to understand exactly how the mines work in this game. So let's break it down real quick. There are 120 levels in the mines, divided into groups of 10 that determine which ores, monsters, and minerals can be found there. Every 5 levels, there's an elevator that can be returned to at any time, acting as a series of checkpoints. Now, what you probably already know is that the mine levels are procedurally generated, meaning exactly which monsters spawn, the quantity and distribution of the rocks, and much more are all determined randomly each time that level is loaded. But what you might not know is that the level layouts, the exact shape and size of the floor and walls, are not random at all. Rather, there is a one-to-one mapping of mine level and level layout, meaning every time you visit a particular mine level, while the rocks and monsters and other such contents of the level may change, the level itself, the walkable tiles, will remain the same each time. There are not 120 of these layouts either. In fact, they repeat every 40 levels. So level 1 of the mines always has this general shape, and so does 41 and 81. And level 19 always has this spiral layout, and so does level 59 and 99. And it works this way for all 120 levels of the mines. There is one notable exception to this, and that's infested levels, which can sometimes replace the normal map layout for a given level, but we'll cover that when we get there. Things also change ever so slightly when you reach the bottom of the mines, but we're not going to have to worry about that. This one-to-one map to level parity is a very important piece of information for Tile-Locked Valley, because it effectively means that the mines are no different from any ordinary location, with tiles that are consistent and reusable. They can be unlocked once and then revisited as often or as little as you like. They don't change or disappear, so just as the tiles I unlock in town are completely separate from the tiles I unlock on the farm, each level of the mines will have its own set of tiles that I will have to unlock separately. Tiles unlocked on level 1 will stay on level 1, and new tiles will have to be unlocked for level 2, and all the levels I'll need to reach below. Now, this makes things pretty easy to understand mechanically, but does not make things easy for Tilly at all. Having to unlock tiles individually means I will have to be extremely choosy with which tiles I unlock on which levels, and in order to reach the depths of the mines to find some of my bundle items, I will need to rely on a huge tile saver: staircases. For 99 pieces of stone, you can craft a staircase, which lets you move down one level in the mines, without having to hunt for one randomly the normal way, and I will absolutely need some of these to get lower in the mines without spending hundreds if not thousands of tiles to do so. There's just one problem. You need level 2 mining to craft staircases, and I have level 0. So, going back to my goal of reaching level 5 in the mines this episode, what this really means is that I'll have to get level 2 mining and acquire enough stone to craft the staircases to get 5 levels down. I'm just going to drop that parsnip off at the community center, and then we can head up to the mines and I'll explain the plan. I guess we can check the garbage cans real quick. Wow, I got the garbage can hat. I love this hat, and it's super rare. Something like a 1 in 500 chance from each garbage can, and I don't think I've even searched 100. It's also the first hat we've gotten for Tilly, so we're obviously gonna have to wear this now. So there's a daffodil here, which is one of the 2 forageables I need for spring, but it's 3 tiles away. I had the same problem last episode. I unlocked some tiles to reach a crocus, only to get a free one later in the season, so I'm a bit torn here once again. Let me just double check there isn't one up here in the mountains. No, okay, there isn't, so I think I'm gonna do it. 3 tiles unlocked to get 5 bonus tiles. Let's go drop these off. Alright, we got 77 bonus tiles still, so let's take our first real steps into the mines. We'll need to start by unlocking a path over to this ladder here, where we can access level 1 of the mines. Here we go. Alright, level 1 of the mines, just as expected. When we leave, we come out here, okay. So we'll need to unlock this tile here too then, I guess, so we can actually get back out. Okay, every time we come up and down like this, we should get new rocks here on level 1, but the tiles we unlocked stay. Clearing the rocks on this level is how we'll be getting mining XP, so that we can unlock staircases. Let's start by unlocking some tiles over to one of these silvery gray rocks. These rocks give 3 XP each, and usually extra stone. The other rocks don't give any XP, unless they end up dropping coal. But they do still provide some stone, so we'll be breaking them if we can regardless. Alright, it's going to be very helpful to have a bunch of tiles unlocked on this level, so that we can reach as many of the rocks as possible. I'm going to be efficient about this and try to maximize the rocks I can reach each time without wasting any tiles. These boulders are also very good for getting stone, even though they don't provide any mining XP. We did get a ladder, but we are not going to take that down, since we would have to unlock brand new tiles on level 2 to reach any rocks. Instead, we can head up the ladder and come back down. The level will regenerate and we get brand new rocks to break. We can keep doing this over and over as much as we like, breaking as many rocks as we have energy for, and unlocking more tiles to reach the better rocks as necessary until we reach level 2 mining. So after I complete my chores each morning, and after chopping down any trees I can reach to try to get level 8 foraging, I'll be down here on level 1 of the mines, breaking rocks and collecting stone. Alright, we're getting exhausted, so let's get out of here. We got 40 stone, a couple ores, a couple geodes. Pretty good for our first day in the mines. Another day of watering potatoes. Another day of checking on my mushroom cave. Another trip to the traveling cart. Ooh, holly, and 5 of them. That's like exactly what I need. The Winter Star bundle can be finished with 5 holly, and I was only able to get 1 or 2 last winter, so that's super nice. Let's see, not much else here. There is a hop. But I think I need 5 of them anyway. Yep, 5 hops. So we'll just grow them ourselves during summer. Alright, let's buy 4 holly. 1 salmon berry's not really enough to help, so I think I'll pass on that. Another tree to chop. Still waiting on an oak tree for my tapper. Another day of rummaging through the trash cans. It's also Lewis's birthday today, so I'm going to give him this honey since he's standing right here. Happy birthday, Mayor Lewis. And that is my first 2-heart friend. How about that? Another trip to the community center. For our reward, 3 mystery boxes. I actually have a few of these saved up, and I'm gonna get a bunch of geodes from the mines as well. So I think after I get to level 5 of the mines, I'll do like a little unboxing at Clint's for all of my geodes and mystery boxes. See what we get from all those. Oh my god, of course, there's a daffodil right here. Hello, Maru. Do I have fun working on the farm? Of course I do. Well, that's good. Yes, it is, Maru. Thank you. Anyway, there's a daffodil right here, and I just had unlocked 3 tiles to get one yesterday, and of course, the very next day, there's a free one right here. That's just classic. Alright, it's time to get back into the mines and get some more XP and stone. Let's get to it. I left just enough energy to get this artifact spot here. Prehistoric hand axe, alright, that's a new one for the museum. We got 52 more stone for the collection and our first refined quartz from the recycling machine. This is pretty much going to be my routine for the next week or so. Chopping trees, recycling trash, and breaking rocks until the 15th of spring when salmonberry season starts. Alright, it is the 14th of spring, which means salmonberry season starts tomorrow. It's also harvest day for all my crops, and I'm going to start planting as many coffee beans as I can in place of my regular crops so that they'll be grown by summer. I still haven't gotten level 8 foraging, so we're going to make our final round of chopping trees today, or doing whatever else I can for foraging XP. If we still don't hit level 8, we will just have to make do tomorrow with 2 berries from each bush instead of 3. I do also plan on eating those pancakes I found in the trash. Not the most appetizing idea, but Tilly's never had real pancakes, so she won't know the difference. They give a temporary +2 bonus to your foraging level, so for one day only, I will get an extra berry from each bush. Alright, let's see what the traveling cart merchants got. Battery pack, although I actually plan to get one soon, since I got that lightning rod from the community center, and it's actually going to storm tomorrow, so nothing too useful here. Got a couple more trees to chop. Still no level 8 foraging. Alright, let's buy some more seeds to plant. Oh, we've walked in on Abigail playing some video games. We would get to play with her, but we can't quite reach her. We'll have to skip this one. Alright, we can sell our potatoes. We'll keep 1 cauliflower for the community center, and we can sell the rest. Then we can buy more potato seeds. Alright, before I plant those, I do also want to build a fish pond. I've gotten enough stone for my mining so far, and there's a perfect spot right here next to the house. I'll be able to put my legend fish in there, and the roe that it makes is actually worth a lot of money, especially for Tilly. We can go ahead and plant these potatoes, once Cricket's done with his nap, I guess. Let's finish our spring crops bundle. Our reward, 20 speed grow. Might as well do a little mining here. I'll be running around the valley trying to find berries the next few days, so I actually don't know how much time I'll have for breaking rocks. Oh, that's level 2 mining achieved. Heck yeah, we can now craft staircases. As soon as I get enough stone, we can get down to level 5 and complete our final goal for the episode. But for now, we focus on salmon berries. Tomorrow is the first of 4 days of berry picking. Let's get a good night's sleep. Alright, let's go find some berry bushes. There's 2 right here. There's another one over there. There's 2 down here. Alright, let's get this one. That's an easy one. 2 salmon berries down, 58 to go. There's another one here that's also pretty close, so let's get that one. There's another one down here that we might want to get. I think I'm going to unlock these 2 here since they're pretty close together. That kind of feels efficient, at least. All right, there's one down there. We got a free one here and here. These two are pretty close, so let's get those as well. Okay, like this? Huh. Okay, Huh. Alright, got another free one here. That's gonna be a problem. I should probably figure out how to get these at some point. Let's get this one over here, since I'll get this berry here too. Also, my fish pond's done, so let's put our fish in here. What a legend. Alright, this one regrew, so we can get those berries. Oh, okay, fine. Really gotta get beneath the bushes, I'm learning. We gotta find out how many more bushes regrew before I unlock any more tiles, though. Okay, this one's pretty close. We can unlock tiles here. And here. There we go. Oh, wait, here comes Abigail. Give her a cake. No problem at all. Got another close one here. Let's get those. And another free one. We'll take it. We're doing pretty good. Most of the way there now. Alright, we got 32 in 2 days. And with 2 days left, I think I can relax a little. I'm just smelting an iron bar so we can make our very first keg. Let's stick that over here and make some mead from our honey. And then call it a day. Our mead is ready. I also need wine and juice, but other than salmon berries, I don't think I actually have any fruits or veggies lying around. We got our first legend row, but we can make a lot more money if we pickle these with a preserves jar. So let's actually make one of those. And voila. Alright, there's a new bush up here now. And this one's back again. Love to see it. There's also 2 up here we might want to get. And there's 2 close together down here too. Gotta wait for Abigail to leave before I search this trash can. Don't want her to know how I live my life. This berry bush is back. And there's another one up there that we might want to get. There's that one up there too. Alright, I think we should get this one. Kind of expensive, but we don't have a lot of good options today. I think I'll get this one over here too. I get the sense I'll be unlocking some pretty useless tiles today. This one's actually pretty close too. Let's get these. Alright, we're up to 42. I think I should get those 2 bushes down there. Alright, 46 now. That's a little more than 3/4 of the way to 60, so I think I should feel pretty good about getting the last 14 tomorrow. Huh, no berries here. There is one there, though. There are also those 2 over there still. Only this one bush here. Oof, none here either. Neither of these 2 respawned. Okay, this one's pretty good. Let's get this one. Alright, we're up to 48, so 6 more bushes needed. Let's get this one and maybe come back for this other one here too. Only 13 bonus tiles left, so I think I'm going to end up burning through all of these just getting these last few berries. Good thing I kept some cash on me too. It's definitely worth it to unlock a few tiles to get these on the ground here. I don't know how close I need to get, so let's just unlock these. Oh, that did it. Okay. Alright, definitely we'll get this one. Easy peasy. I think I should try to get these 2 as well, since I'm getting desperate here. Oh god. Let's see if we can get the other with this tile. Oh god. I'd have to go all the way around these bushes to reach it then. I don't think that's worth it. God, remember when I was like, 1 salmon berry's not really enough to help? Well, that was a lie. Okay, let's get these 2. This is going to be expensive. I am officially out of bonus tiles. Let's keep going though. I need this bush and 1 more. At least it's kind of on the way to the secret woods over here. Not exactly the optimal route I had in mind though. All right, we might need to get that one, but let me just double check and make sure there isn't a better one. Okay, yeah, this one's definitely better. 4,000, 5,000 to get some berries. We only got one, but that is all we need. Oh my god. Who would have thought salmon berries would cost this many tiles? I have honestly never been more excited to drop off a bundle item before. Get these out of my inventory. 10 bonus tiles, thank you very much. Whew. Alright, it's a brand new day. Feeling very good after completing our Salmonberry Odyssey yesterday. I'm just going to finish up my chores and then head back to the mines to get some more stone. We already have a level 2 mining, so the only thing stopping us from getting down to level 5 is the stone for the staircases. Let's get to it. Gotta make a quick stop at the traveling cart, of course. And nothing exciting there. Alright, I'm just gonna prioritize getting these gray rocks and the big boulders, since those give me the most stone. Another day in the mines, and we got 49 stone. Pretty sweet. Alright, it's harvest day for my potatoes, but I am not going to be planting anymore because I now have a ton of coffee beans saved up, and I'm going to be planting all of those instead. These are going to be our cash crop for summer. Today is the day. I believe this trip will be the last trip before I have enough stone to get down to level 5. Very exciting. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have 406 stone, with which we can make 4 staircases. Let's go down past level 1 for the first time ever. Here we are at level 2 with only 1 tile used. Then we can put another staircase down and head to level 3. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Some free copper without even having to move. We'll take that. Onward to level 4. And finally, level 5. I'll go ahead and unlock these tiles to the elevator so I can come back down and kill our first bug. Alright, then we just need to spend a few tiles to get back. And we have unlocked the elevator to level 5. Next up, level 40. Eventually. Wait, why did I make 4 staircases? I think I completely forgot that I would be taking a ladder from level 1, so I only needed 3 staircases. Remember when I said, oh, perfect, I guess I can count. Well, that was a lie. I guess I can count to 135, just not 5. We got level 10 farming today from our potato harvest. Artisan is normally very good, like super good, because 40% more gold is a lot. But we can't really make a lot of artisan goods, both because the resources for the machines are really hard for me to get, but also mainly because unlocking tiles to have the space for the machines would be really expensive. So I'm going to go with agriculturist. Faster crops means faster money means faster tiles. Last trip to the traveling cart for this episode. Oh, wool. We need that for the animal bundle, and since we already have the rabbit's foot, that should mean we don't need rabbits at all now. We will take that. The last thing I want to do is open all my geodes and mystery boxes, and then drop some things off at the museum. So let's go do that. Alright, here we go. Let's go drop these off at the museum, and then we'll come back for the mystery boxes. And for our rewards, just some decorations. Alright, mystery box time. Alright, nothing crazy. Got a ton of food, some hardwood, some bombs. Hi Harvey, here's a cup of coffee. Enjoy. Cricket loves me? I finally got 5 hearts with Cricket. I mean, I had a feeling he's just, never said it out loud before. He's normally so standoffish. I think that's the perfect ending for this episode. Thank you, Cricket. When we come back next time, we'll have our first fully grown ancient fruit. We'll be heading into summer and completing even more of the community center, and of course, exploring even deeper into the mines. Lots of exciting things coming our way. I'll see you in the next one. Alright, welcome back. It's the last week of spring, and there is a lot to do to prepare for summer. We have our very first fully grown ancient fruit here, and although I could donate this to the community center to complete the rare crops bundle, I'm not gonna do that. Instead, I want to craft a seed maker so that we can create even more ancient seeds from it. We have plenty of coal now, but we don't have any gold ore, and we'll need 1 gold bar to craft it. So we're gonna head down to Clint's today and buy ourselves some gold. We of course will check all our trash cans on the way, and we can check the special orders board. 2 dozen eggs or a prismatic slime. I mean, technically it's possible for me to find the slime. Might as well take it. I haven't even found a regular slime yet, but you never know. Alright, let's buy our gold ore. 5 ores to make 1 bar. I'm also going to unlock this trash can by Clint's, since you can sometimes find ores and stuff like that in there. Oh, hey Abigail, how's it? Oh, where'd she go? Oh, hey Abigail, how's it going? Here, I brought you some honey. How'd you know I was hungry? Oh, I don't know, lucky guess? Definitely not because Tilly thinks about her all the time and talks to her every chance she gets. Definitely not that one. Alright, let's grab a piece of coal and start smelting our gold bar. While we wait for that, let's take a trip to the community center and drop off any bundle items we have. And to finish off our first boiler room bundle, a battery pack. Bundle complete. And for our reward, 2 more furnaces. Always nice to have for smelting more than 1 bar at a time. And speaking of smelting bars, let's talk about our goal for this episode. Last episode, we reached level 5 of the mines, and we did this by using staircases. We know that we'll need to get pretty deep in the mines to collect some of our remaining bundle items, but there are some pretty important unlocks and milestones along the way. And in this episode, I want to reach the next one, a sustainable source of copper ore, because my goal for this episode is to upgrade all of our tools to the next tier, the copper tier. To do this, we'll need to pick out a level in the mines to unlock a bunch of tiles on, just like we did for level 1, so that we can mine it over and over, but instead of collecting stone, we'll be collecting copper. I'll talk more about which level I've chosen when we get closer to it, but for now, all you need to know is that we need lots more stone to make lots more staircases. Now, I know you can also just buy stone from Robin, and we even already have her shop unlocked, but starting in year 2, stone costs 100 gold each to buy, giving each staircase a price tag of nearly 10,000 gold. I couldn't afford buying staircases right now even if I wanted to. Oh, we got a gem rock for our first ruby. That's the first gem rock I've found here on level 1, so they must be pretty rare. Now that I already have a tile on level 2, I can start checking it each time I find a ladder, just in case there's something I can reach. I won't be unlocking any more tiles there, however, since there are much better places to spend those tiles for the things I'm after. Another ladder. And there's a slime down there, but I don't think we're gonna be able to reach him. Psst, hey, come over here, little guy, I'm not gonna hurt you. Slimes are famously very bad at telling when you're lying, but I think this guy's onto us. Pretty successful day here on level 1. We got 100 stone, just over 1 whole staircase. And another way of thinking about this is that we just saved ourselves 10,000 gold by collecting that stone. Which, if a penny saved is a penny earned, means we just made 10,000 gold in 1 day by breaking rocks. More money than we can currently make in a day by any method we have available. There may come a day when we are rich enough to spend cash on stone rather than gather it ourselves, but that day is not today. Alright, our gold bar is ready, so we can grab our coal and our wood and make ourselves a seed maker. There we go. We can just plop that on the ground here and put our ancient fruit in. This will give us 1, 2, or 3 seeds, or just some mixed seeds if we're really unlucky. So let's see what we get. 2 seeds, okay, pretty good. We can grab some deluxe speed grow and plant these right next to the first one. I'm just gonna keep planting all the coffee beans I get until I'm back to the full number of crops I had when I was planting potatoes. Then we can water all our crops and go back to the mines. Nice makeup. Or wait, are you even wearing any? No, Tilly doesn't wear makeup. She doesn't need to with this gorgeous garbage can hat. Oh, Abigail, here, I got this daffodil for you. Dang it, so close. Just finished another day of breaking rocks and got 52 more stone for the collection. And that's level 3 mining achieved. We can't make miner's treats, but each level reduces the amount of energy each swing of the pickaxe costs. Alright, we just planted all the coffee beans we'll be planting this year, which means from here on out, the rest are pure profit. Cricket's got a little gift for us here, a shrimp. That's very nice, thank you, Cricket. Abigail, you're not slipping away this time. Here is your daffodil. You're welcome. Another productive trip to the mines for 76 more stone. Our days are starting to get cut short by lack of energy rather than time, so I think I need to find some things to munch on while I'm mining. We've got a couple things lying around here, so now I can eat these and get back to breaking rocks. We still have a couple roots left and ended the day with another 74 stone for the collection. Ooh, another purple mushroom. We just need one more to complete the wild medicine bundle. Been working on that one for a long time. So another thing I can do with coffee beans is make coffee. We can sell the gold and silver star beans and keep the plain ones to turn a little extra profit. I do need more food sources, and another easy one I've got lying around are these tree seeds, which can be crafted into field snacks. Field snacks aren't particularly sustainable since I don't get enough tree seeds to eat more than maybe 1 per day, but they'll do for now. Ooh, a bug on level 1. And a mystery box, that's nice. And another gemstone for our first emerald. Sweet. Alright, let's call it there. 169 stone today. A new record. I think common mushrooms may be my best sustainable source of food right now. They have a pretty high energy to sell price ratio, meaning of all the food sources I have available, the opportunity cost of eating them rather than selling them is the most in my favor. And I usually get a few every 2 days without spending any energy or money. I should have been doing this weeks ago. Time for a trip down to the traveling cart merchant. Large brown egg. Don't we need that for the animal bundle? Yes, we do. Oh my god, we've gotten 4 of these from the traveling merchant so far. We might honestly get them all at this rate. Let's buy that. 5 scorpion carps? Oh, scorpion carp. This could save me a decent chunk of tiles if I end up needing it. I think I'm gonna get it. I guess I won't be using that scorpion carp I bought after all. Nice try, traveling merchant. Not falling for that one again. Tilly's definitely not just standing around awkwardly waiting for Abigail to walk over. No, definitely not. Oh, that's even more awkward. She doesn't want any more of your flowers, Tilly. Leave her alone. All right, back to the mines. Another day, another 120 stone. Another Sunday trip down to the traveling merchant, and pretty much nothing. It's also the last day of spring, and the last thing that I need to do to prepare for summer is plant a pomegranate tree. These fruit during fall, but take a whole season to mature, so I should plant it now. I'll need this to get the pomegranate that I need for the Enchanter's bundle. Alright, there's not a lot of places I can actually plant this since it needs a bit of empty space around it. I think I'll plant it here. The grass doesn't prevent the tree from growing, but does prevent other things from spawning there that would prevent it from growing. Alright, one more trip to the mines, and then it's summer. You guys want to see the smuggest slime in the world? Well, there he is. Look at him over there, all safe and happy. Speaking of feeling happy, I recently found out that only 1/3 of you watching right now are subscribed. So if you're enjoying the content, consider subscribing to see more. It would make Tilly very happy. We got another 105 stone today. Things are looking good for summer. Alright, it's summer. We got our second ancient fruit to turn into more seeds. into the seed maker you go. Let's see what we get. 1 seed. Well, you can't always be lucky. We'll stick that right there, and another deluxe speed grow. Alright, let's swing by Pierre's. We have a couple crops we'll need to plant for our summer crops bundle. Oh, hi Abigail. Here's your bi-weekly flower. Then if I could just squeeze by you here. Alright, 1 tomato, 1 blueberry, 1 hot pepper. We also need some hops. I'm gonna buy 4. We need some of those hops for the wild medicine bundle, as well as for the pale ale and the brewer's bundle, but they're also a very affordable option for food. Like the common mushrooms, they have a very high energy to sell price ratio, and they regrow every day once they've matured. So we'll be able to get a bunch of these stacked up by the end of summer to supplement our field snack and mushroom diet. The quest board, once again, has 2 quests I can't do. You've got a nice tan going. Nice try, Alex. Tilly's heart already belongs to another. Alright, let's get these crops planted and then we can get back to business in the mines. God, these slimes just love teasing me. Another trip down, another 117 stone. I've still been chopping down the trees that grow here every day to get more foraging XP. Still no level 8 foraging. Time for the daily dumpster dive. Ooh, got our first ore from Clint's garbage can. 4 copper ore. Pretty nice. There are a few fish we'll need during summer, and pufferfish can only be caught during a few hours in the middle of the day. So let's go see if we can get that right now. Red mullet and a treasure chest. Tuna. And there's our pufferfish. Excellent. Alright, it's time for everyone's favorite part of each day, breaking rocks. Another day, another 144 stone. Number go up and Tilly is happy. Alright, time for bed. Whoops, wait. Just unlocked a really useless tile there. It's actually been a really long time since I've unlocked a tile by complete accident. I guess we can consider that streak ruined. Ooh, we got our 5th and final purple mushroom. We can finally complete the wild medicine bundle once our hops are grown. Been working on that bundle since like episode 3. We still need to keep an eye out for forageables this season, like that sweet pea over there. It's still pretty early in the season though, and that one is way too far away. We'll need to get one of those as well as a spiceberry and a grape at some point. Let's check this garbage can again, see if we can get some more ore. Are you joking? I just got another garbage can hat. That's 2 now. Well, at least you know it's meant to be. Alright, back to the mines. Ooh, found some copper here on level 2. That's nice. Oh, and that's level 4 mining. Can't complain about that. I found a ladder here on level 2, which means I get to go down to level 3 for the first time in a while. Although there's nothing here. Alright, we got 183 stone today. That's definitely a new record. That's gonna put us past 1,000 stone in total now. So let's talk about where in the mines we're going and how much stone we need to get there. As I mentioned before, I want to get to a level in the mines where I can repeatedly mine copper in order to upgrade my tools this episode. But I haven't actually picked out which level this is going to be, so it's time to do that now. There are a few criteria that need to be met by this level, so let's break it down. The first and most obvious is that there needs to be a decent chance of finding copper ore. This is actually pretty easily met though, since copper is found pretty much everywhere in the first 40 levels of the mines. So honestly, nearly any level will do. Second, this level needs to be easily accessible. Just like I've been doing with level 1 to collect stone, I want to enter this level, mine what I want from it, then head back up to the top and repeat. In order to do this quickly and efficiently, the level needs to be easily accessible from the elevator. So either a level with an elevator directly on it, or a level just after one of the elevator levels that always has a ladder. The final criterion has to do with a bundle item that I'll need to get this season, and that's summer squash. Now you might be thinking, how is this related to mining? Don't you find summer squash seeds in seed spots that spawn randomly around the valley? Well, you're right, but I haven't found any seed spots in weeks, and I'm worried I might not find one. So I want a backup plan. And that backup plan is breaking open the crates and barrels found in the mines. Crates and barrels have a pretty big drop table for what they might contain with some pretty useful items, and on that list is a 2% chance to drop the seasonal raccoon seeds, which for summer is summer squash. So I want to find a level that has a decent chance of having crates and barrels as well. All of these criteria and more led me to choose level 21. It's pretty small, which means I won't need many tiles unlocked to reach everything. The level above it has an elevator and a guaranteed ladder, so it's plenty accessible, and it's got crates, barrels, copper ore, weeds for fiber, and plenty of monsters. Everything that you can find in the first 30 levels of the mines can be found right here. To reach level 21, we'll need to go down 16 more levels, which means 16 staircases, minus the 2 guaranteed ladders at level 10 and 20, which gives us our final staircase goal for the episode, 14 staircases, which takes just under 1,400 stone, so we're close. We should be able to get all the stone we need with just a couple more days in the mines, but I am still going to keep looking around for seed spots just in case I can find one before then. Ooh, we got our first forageable of the season, a sweet pea. We'll take that. Now, I would go mining today, but I actually have enough copper right now to start our first upgrade, and I'm going to upgrade our pickaxe. So let's start smelting some bars. Alright, there's our 5th bar, so let's see if we can get to Clint's before he closes. And nope, he's closed. Just a little too late. We can buy our ice cream though, we need that for the children's bundle. Alright, might as well go mining. We'll upgrade our pickaxe tomorrow. There's a spice berry over there, but I'm gonna hold out for a closer one. Alright, just a short trip to the mines today, 31 more stone. Happy Friday, everyone. Time for our field trip to the traveling cart. Let's see what she's got. Oh my god. Spring onion. This is the last spring forageable we need and would be a huge tile expense otherwise, since you can only get them at the south end of the forest. That is super lucky. We will absolutely take that. I'm also going to start buying some rare seeds for fall. I hadn't been buying them before because I had that whole berry picking fiasco last episode and wanted to keep as much cash on me as I could, but they're actually very profitable to plant. Alright Clint, I'm here on time today, so let's start our first upgrade for the episode. 1 copper pickaxe please. I'll be back in 2 days to collect. In the meantime, I guess I can catch a tilapia for the ocean fish bundle, and there it is. Alright, I actually have a bunch of items for the community center, so let's go drop these off. And the spring foraging bundle, our reward, spring seeds. And the children's bundle, our reward, 3 battery packs. Alright, it's a rainy day today, so while we wait for our pickaxe, we'll hunt for forageables and then go fishing. Ooh, finally, just hit level 8 foraging from clearing some moss off a tree. Robin's in need of a spice berry. Me too, Robin, me too. Oh, there's a grape here, but it's actually much farther away than it looks, since I'd have to go around these bushes to get it. I think I'll pass. Oh, yep, here's a grape for free. Good call, Tilly. Alright, let's go fishing. I need to catch a red snapper while it's raining. Red mullet, red mullet, red mullet, red mullet. You're not going to believe this, it's a red mullet. And that is the 6th red mullet in a row. Right color, wrong fish. Aha! There it is, red snapper. By the way, if you're curious about what my fishing collection looks like, here it is. I haven't really been trying to fill this out, but making some decent progress just trying to finish the bundle fish. And that is the ocean fishing bundle complete. Our reward? 5 warp totems to the beach. Probably will never use those. We got level 8 foraging today, unlocked some new recipes, and of course, +1 berries per bush, which will come in handy during blackberry season. My copper pickaxe is ready today. Let's swing by the traveling cart and then we'll go pick that up. Nothing terribly interesting, but we will buy another rare seed. Alright, it's time. Copper pickaxe acquired. 1 upgrade down, 2 to go. I don't have enough copper for any more, so let's get to the mines and see if we can hit 1,400 stone and get to level 21. These big boulders take 6 hits now instead of 8, but these silvery gray rocks I can now break in 1 hit instead of 2, which is a huge difference. The copper pickaxe is a pretty big upgrade for gathering stone. Ooh, come here little guy. Yes, he fell for it. That's one more slime. Got another gemstone. Let's see what we get. Amethyst. You might already know what Tilly's going to be doing with these. Alright, we have passed 1400 stone, so let's take the elevator down and get started. We can make all 14 staircases and begin our descent. Level 6. Level 7. Level 8. Level 9. And level 10. We get our first treasure chest here, and of course a free ladder down. Let's see what we get. A femur. That's a level 2 club. Definitely better than our rusty sword. Got kind of a caveman aesthetic going on. That's kind of cool. Alright, then we can make our way to the ladder and head down to level 11. Level 12. Level 13. Level 14. Ooh, a free amethyst. Level 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. And 20 using our last staircase. We get our second treasure chest and another free ladder, and we get a magnet ring. That's actually very nice. We haven't had any magnetism this whole series, which would have been nice for a lot of things so far, so I will absolutely take that. Amazing. We'll also do some fishing here, but let's check out level 21 first. Here we are. We'll be unlocking a bunch of tiles here, but not today because it's already getting late, but I will get this amethyst real quick. Now I can take the elevator back down to 20, unlock a few tiles, and go back to 21 as much as I like. Alright, let's see if we can catch the ghost fish that we need for the community center real quick. This should be it. And there it is, one ghost fish. Alright, let's call it a day and we'll come back to get some copper tomorrow. We got another ancient fruit, into the seed maker with you, and let's see what we get. 3 this time, very nice. Alright, we can check the quest board, and nope, can't do either of those. Back to the mines we go. Let's see what awaits us on level 21. Here we go, we got some weeds, some rocks, our first crate for some copper ore. We can unlock more tiles for this barrel. I think we basically want to unlock tiles to reach everything on this level so that I can get all there is to get each time I come down here. We're mostly looking for copper ore, of course, but I'll also unlock tiles to get to any crates and barrels since I'm still hoping for some summer squash seeds too. Alright, let's head back up and come back down. We get a fresh level 21 to pick clean. Ooh, we got our first quartz here for free. We actually still needed that for the geologist bundle. The fire quartz we can only get past level 80, so that's a ways away. Oops, just went to level 1 out of habit. I've gone down that ladder probably 1,000 times, so it's a hard habit to break. Ooh, finally got our first ever combat level. We finally have no more level 0 skills. Alright, first day on level 21, we managed to get 15 copper ore, 26 fiber, and a whole bunch of other stuff too. Pretty sweet. Alright, back down we go. Oh, what's that? A spring shirt? Could it be time? Time for a new shirt? I think so. It may be summer, but can you go away? I'm trying to do something. It may be summer, but it's spring shirt season now. No, he ruined it. This is kind of a weird look we got going on, but Tilly likes to let fate decide her fashion choices, and I think this is a worthy milestone. Another day in the mines down, and we got 17 more copper ore, which means tomorrow we upgrade another tool. The luau is tomorrow, and I think we should actually go to that. If you put something good in the potluck soup, you can get some free hearts with everyone in town, including our dear Abigail. Before we do that though, let's start our next upgrade. Let's do our copper axe, and we'll be back in 2 days for the last one. Alright, if we can catch a gold star or better sturgeon, then that'll give us maximum friendship from the luau potluck tomorrow. There's our sturgeon, and it's gold star. Let's hit the mines for our last bit of copper. Although, there's a spice berry over there, and I actually was thinking about unlocking the Adventurers Guild. We just need to kill 10 slimes to get let in there, and we only need 1 more. So let's go kill 1 more slime and then we'll unlock it. Easy peasy. Alright, let's unlock a path over this way. We can pick up our spice berry, and we even get 2 artifact spots along the way. Clay and a book. Alright, in we go. We'll unlock tiles to get to Marlin's shop here, and we can also unlock the monster eradication goals, and we might as well unlock some tiles to get to Gil as well. I won't be buying anything from the shop just yet, since I still have lots of treasure chests to open lower in the mines, but this will be good to have for the future. Alright, we have all the copper we need for our upgrades, so it's just a matter of getting them done now. We can drop off our spice berry, and we already have the grape, so we'll just need the 5 hops and we'll have completed the entire crafts room. Looks like it'll be the first whole room to be completed in Tile Locked Valley. We got our second batch of hops today, so we can drop those on our way to the luau. Then we have the wild medicine bundle, our reward, 2 cookout kits, and last but not least, the summer foraging bundle. Summer seeds. The Junimos are pretty happy about that. The crafts room has been restored, the first ever for the series. And of course, we get our very first star above the fireplace. 1 down, 5 more to go, and then our series goal will be achieved. Alright, here we are at the luau. We need to get to the potluck soup, so we'll need to unlock some tiles. We also need to talk to the mayor, so let's go around this way. Then we can add our sturgeon into the soup, and talk to the mayor to kick off the cutscene. And it's the best soup the governor's ever tasted. We'll get just under half a heart with everybody in town. Pretty nice. During the night, the Junimos will repair the bridge that leads to the quarry, but we won't be checking that out quite just yet. 1 more trip to the traveling cart, and just a rare seed. Alright, let's swing by Clint's and kick off our final upgrade for the episode. That is the copper axe achieved. And we can start our final copper upgrade, not including the copper trash can, the copper hoe. I think it's also time to treat ourselves to another upgrade, the final backpack upgrade. We now have all 3 inventory bars to fill up with useless junk as we see fit. And I think it's time I invested some tiles into the one person to whom Tilly's heart belongs. Here is your amethyst. I worked very hard to get that. I still haven't gotten my summer squash seeds, so let's go bust up some crates and barrels on level 21. Oh, there they are. 3 summer squash seeds. That is all we need. Let's plant those here, and that will be the last summer crop we need. Our second and third ancient fruits have fully grown. Wait, where is my rare crow? I had it right here next to the ancient fruits, and now it's gone. How long have these been sitting unprotected? We gotta fix that. Alright, I made a scarecrow, which isn't too bad now that I can get fiber from the mines. I'm still not really sure what happened to my rare crow though. Fungus from the future here. I looked through my footage to figure out what happened. On the 9th day of summer, I went to bed and it was still there, but on the 10th it had been replaced with a rock, evidently having spread from the rock right next to it. I didn't know this could even destroy placed objects like this, and I definitely didn't know you wouldn't be able to pick it up off the ground afterward. So, rest in peace, Snowman Rare Crow. You will be missed. I sure hope Abigail never gets tired of these amethysts. Oh, we got some forageables from these otherwise useless tiles I unlocked at the luau. That's kinda nice. We just got the new friend achievement, which means we just hit 5 hearts with Abigail. Those amethysts are really coming through for us. We also just got the copper hoe, the final copper tool upgrade for Tilly, which means our goal for this episode is now complete. Tilly can rest. Until next episode, when we unlock the quarry, even more mine levels, and outline our final list of items to complete the community center. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Even though we've only completed 1 of the 6 community center rooms, we are much closer to completing it than you might think. In fact, there are only 12 sets of items we'll need to acquire, and our series goal will be complete. Let me introduce you to the Terminal 12. No, wait, that sounds kind of morbid. The Twilight 12. No, the Definitive Dozen? I don't know. Whatever you want to call it, these items on the screen are the final items for the series, and then we will be done. Well, actually, I want to talk about what done means, but let's come back to that a little bit later. It's a green rain day today, and our very first wine is just now ready. A hot pepper wine. I think I had that hot pepper just sitting around. That's one of the 2 wines we'll need to complete the diametric dozen. We are growing blueberries too, so as soon as those are ready, we can start our second one. Let's get some more ancient seeds going in the seed maker. Cross your fingers for me. Let's see what we get. We got 3 seeds from the seed maker, so that's pretty nice. I will want to use one of these ancient fruits for the rare crops bundle at some point, but there's plenty more to come, so I'm not in a real hurry for that just yet. Since it is a green rain day, I might just run around the valley today and collect a bunch of moss and fiber and whatnot. This tree has decided to grow right in the middle of my tile path, so that's gotta go. One of my most immediate goals this episode is to finish the animal bundle, and I plan to do that with a duck egg. So sometime soon, I think I should build and upgrade a coop. We'll need to make some space on our farm to build it though, since my farm is currently occupied with just a ton of clutter. I'll need 100 stone to build a coop too, so we can go ahead and collect that now. Alright, we ended the day with 129 stone, more than enough for a coop. Let's hit the hay. Our blueberries are ready. That is the first item to check off the big list. Just 11 more to go. And we can throw a blueberry in our keg and start making our second wine. There's actually a pretty good spot for a coop right here. Let me just chop this tree down. Okay, yeah, 6 by 3 is the size for a coop, so it looks like there's just one tree in the way, and it's otherwise completely clear. We just need to unlock a few tiles to get to the tree. By the way, I got some comments that it's hard to know how many bonus tiles I have at any given moment, so I added a counter here on the tooltip so you guys can see just how many I have left. I was thinking I might have to use bombs to clear an area for my coop, but with just these few tiles, I'll be able to build it and access the actual door to the coop too. So I'll get to save those bombs for something else I had in mind. Alright, let's get to Robin's before she closes and build that coop. Oh, right, it's Tuesday. She's at her aerobics club. Alright, well, tomorrow then. Might as well drop off our blueberry here. That is 5 more bonus tiles. I also want to finish off the last vault bundle. It costs 25,000 to complete. We get 25 more bonus tiles, and more importantly, a crystallarium. That is yet another community center room complete. Star number 2 up above the fireplace. Just 4 more to go. The crystallarium we can just put outside here, and for now, we'll be using that to make more amethysts, since I happen to know someone who likes those quite a lot. I also completely forgot to do this last episode. Cricket and I need matching hats. Look at us. Can you even tell who's who? We do unlock the bus stop now after completing all the vault bundles, so I guess I could go to the desert now if I wanted to. I don't think I will be doing that though, since we don't have any more bundle items we need from there, but good to know that's an option. Hopefully Robin decides to clock in today, because after we do our chores, we are going to go buy ourselves a coop. Oh, Cricket just gave us 2 bat wings. We need 8 more for our Tyrannosaurus 12. Ooh, and our summer squash is ready. That's 2 now complete, 10 more to go. Now, what would Tilly be doing standing here at 10 after 11 on a Wednesday morning? Oh, what a coincidence. Here comes Abigail. All right, let's buy ourselves a coop for real this time. 300 wood and 100 stone, and we can build it right here. You know, funnily enough, I realized I never completed that quest you get on day 1 of the game to meet everybody in town, and Linus is the last person who I've never talked to. So, there you go. Quest complete. I don't know you well enough. Yeah, no kidding. Last episode, after completing the crafts room, we gained access to the quarry, and now it's time to unlock it for real. The quarry has a bunch of resources that will be useful, including our very first renewable source of iron and gold ore. One of the items that we'll need for the community center is the wood skip, a fish that can only be caught in the secret woods, which can only be accessed after chopping down the log blocking its entrance with a steel or better axe. So, we'll need the iron to upgrade our copper one. Now, normally you can access the quarry via the minecarts, but that would require completing the boiler room, which may be one of the last rooms in the community center we complete. Instead, we'll need to unlock the tiles to reach it the long way. Luckily, I have a ton of bonus tiles from the last couple bundles I've completed, and I think it's well worth it to spend them on a new source of renewable ore. I actually meant to bring some bombs, so let me go back and grab those real quick. Because I'm only level 4 mining, I can't actually make any bombs other than the cherry bombs, but I do have 15 in this chest here that I got from some mystery boxes a while back. And because I have a magnet ring now, I should be able to just carve a couple little paths into the middle of a bunch of rocks, blow it up, and collect everything without unlocking too many tiles. Let's see how it goes. Okay, ouch, that kind of hurt, but it did work pretty well. And I got a mining level, level 5. Let's do that again. Alright, well, I'm officially out of bonus tiles, but I think it's worth it to unlock some more and keep going. Alright, pretty nice haul here. Look at that. 59 copper. 49 coal, some iron, some gold too, even iridium, diamonds, pretty nice. And we can come back and blow it all up again when it respawns, so I think that's a pretty nice unlock. Oh, another cutscene with Abigail. We'll have to skip it, unfortunately. And another one with Linus. I don't even know where I am on the screen right now. That must mean we just hit 6 hearts with Abigail. Pretty big milestone. And that's level 5 mining achieved. Don't worry guys, I'm not going to make some weird choice here. Miner is just way better than geologist. There's no doubt about that. Oh, and level 6 mining too. Now we can make our own bombs. Alright, let's drop off that summer squash and finish the summer crops bundle. 25 bonus tiles to add to our 0, and we get a quality sprinkler. I do want to finish clearing out the quarry though, since there's a few more rocks up here I didn't get, and I now have 25 bonus tiles to spend blowing things up. I suppose I can also clear out all the trees I can reach. Oh, what's this? The Wumbus shirt. Very nice. Let's try that on. That is a great look. But I think I'll be sticking with the spring shirt. I already got my green shirt from a tree, so it's going to take more than that to get me to change outfits again. We just got a bunch of stone for clearing out the quarry, but I actually want to get some more. One of the items I'll need is a set of 10 bat wings, and I've only gotten the 2 from Cricket so far, which is not the most reliable source. Now, bats only spawn past level 30 in the mines, and I've only made it as far as 20 so far, so we'll need some more staircases if we want to get the remaining wings. I have close to 500 stone at the moment, so we'll just need a bit more to craft enough staircases to get 10 more levels down. Alright, that is 708 stone. Maybe one more day in the mines and we should have enough. Now that we have a bunch of iron too, we can start smelting some bars and working towards our axe upgrade. Alright, 3 iron bars. Let's start 3 more. Let's take a trip down to the traveling cart merchant. And pretty much nothing new here. I do need 50 blackberries, but for real this time, I'm gonna be fine without this one. Let's do one more ancient fruit in the seed maker. Another 3 seeds. God, we have been crushing it with these. I think George is on to the fact that I've been digging through his trash every day, so we're gonna hold off on that one. Oh, I just got the trash catalog. That's not, useful at all, but it's just as rare as the trash can hat. The trash catalog has just like a bunch of trash decorations, nothing useful at all, but I don't know, I just get excited when rare things happen, I guess. Alright, let's head into the mines and collect some more stone. I think we should be able to reach level 30 by the end of the day. Alright, we should have more than enough stone now. Let's make a few staircases and head down. We can start by just trying to find a regular ladder here on level 21, save ourselves a staircase. They're really making me clear like everything here to find one. Okay, there it is. Let's go down to level 22, level 23, level 24, level 25. Got a new elevator. 26, 27, 28, 29, and one more staircase to 30. Alright, now I'm not going to make the same mistakes I did last time. We're going to head up the ladder and back down the elevator and unlock the tiles next to the ladder this way. Save ourselves some cash here. Alright, level 31. Bats should be able to spawn here, but I'm not really sure what my plan should be. I'm kind of just hoping they'll come to me. Let's head back up and see if we can get one to spawn closer maybe. Alright, it's actually getting late, so I'll come back tomorrow to figure this one out. Oh, it looks like our coop is done. Finally completed that quest. Alright, here's our coop, all shiny and new. We are eventually going to want to unlock some more tiles in here, but first we're going to upgrade it so that we can put ducks in there. Time for everybody's favorite segment. How many ancient seeds will I get? It's 3. I got 3 again. And another 2. Love it. Alright, let's buy ourselves a big coop. Then let's head back down to level 31 and see if we can scrounge up some bat wings. I remembered that there's that thing that can happen in the mines. I don't even know what it's called, but the thing where the level gets all foggy and bats start flying at you from all over. So I think my new plan is just to stand here and wait and see if that happens. I don't know. I'll wait for like 5 minutes, so 5 hours in game. And if it doesn't happen, I might need to think of a new plan. See you in a few. Oh, I just heard one. Yeah, here it comes. It's only been like 2 minutes and there, we have 2 bat wings. Alright, it's been another couple minutes and I just heard another one. You can hardly see anything on these levels though. There is one more bat wing. I still haven't seen the foggy thing, so let's keep waiting. Oh, here it is, the fog. We should see a bunch of bats flying in right now. Oh, and we got another combat level. Alright, the fog has ended and we got a ton of bats there. That is 10 whole bat wings in my inventory. Another item has been crossed off the list. Pretty soon it's going to be the done and dusted dozen. Looking good. We can now complete the Adventurer's Bundle. Very nice. And for our reward, a small magnet ring. Alright. We already have the bigger one, but that's still probably better than our amethyst ring. We'll take a little more magnetism. Level 2 combat, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever seen a combat level so high? Oh, traveling merchant, what do you have for me? Another batch of nothing. Alright, let's kick off our next upgrade. 1 steel axe, please and thank you. Oh, a new book and an artifact. We'll always take that. I've also decided, since I caught the legend last season, I want to catch the legendary fish for this season too. I know it's not on the list, guys, okay, but sometimes it's about the journey and not the finish line. And I also just like fishing. We need 300 wood to unlock the east side of the beach area though, so let's go get that now. To catch the crimson fish, we're going to need to get all the way down to that dock, way in the bottom right corner. It's a little far, but I think we can afford it. Alright, I do realize this fish is pretty tough, and I didn't bring a trap bobber or anything, but let's just try to catch it first and see how it goes. Okay. Let's go get a trap bobber. Okay, trap bobber equipped. Let's try this again. Here he is. Well, okay, I mean, I didn't even need a trap bobber that time at all. He was so chill. That's another little side quest complete. Alright, our big coop is done. A little more spacious in here, and of course, now we can buy ducks. We'll need to unlock Marnies to get our duck, of course, but we are out of bonus tiles, so let's see what we can drop off at the community center first. I think it's time to donate an ancient fruit. Even though I could get a couple more seeds from this one, it's worth 25 bonus tiles to donate, and that might just be critical in getting to Marnie today. Alright, 1 ancient fruit to complete the rare crops bundle. 25 bonus tiles, and our reward, an extra preserves jar. Nice. That is, of course, another item crossed off the tactical 12, making some really good progress here. Alright, let's unlock some tiles to Marnie's. And in we go. Just a few more tiles to reach the counter here, then we can buy our duck. I think I'm just gonna buy one for now, since I'm starting to run a little low on cash. For a name, yeah, Wumbus, that's perfect. I'm also gonna buy a little bit of hay since I don't have a silo right now. Don't need much, just for one duck. Alright, there's little Wumbus in her new home. Let's unlock some tiles to reach the hay trough thing. Enough to put 2 hay down should be good. Hello, Wumbus. Our wine is ready. That makes 2 now. And we can start our pale ale in the keg. Yet another item complete. Love to see it. There's 1 wine and the other. 10 more bonus tiles for Tilly. Good morning, Wumbus. Let's let you outside, get you some grass. Tilly loves just standing around for no reason, like just no reason at all. Oh, what a surprise, it's Abigail. You're an interesting lady, Tilly. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Alright, our steel axe is ready, so let's pick that up. So we can now chop down these stumps on our farm. Actually, we could do that already with the copper axe. But the big upgrade is that we can now chop down the large logs, like this one in the corner here. That one will give us access to the secret woods, but it's a little far away. And we need a bunch of tiles to get anything meaningful from the secret woods too. So we'll have to come back for that when we can afford more tiles. Still good to have that upgrade done though. Might as well try out the new axe and clear all these trees out of the bus stop area. They've been kind of bothering me just sitting there. Much better. Our pale ale is ready. That is the last item we need for the brewer's bundle. Complete. Oh, wait. Abigail wants a super cucumber. Okay, I can do that. Let's drop off that pale ale real quick. Brewer's bundle complete. 25 bonus tiles and an extra keg. You can't catch a super cucumber until later in the day, but I figured I might as well do a bunch of fishing today since I could use the extra cash anyway. Oh, we got a broken trident. That's actually a direct weapon upgrade for us. It's a level 5 dagger, so much better than our femur club. Pretty cool. You know, while I'm here fishing, I want to talk about what comes after I reach my community center goal. I decided from the very first episode that this would be the finish line for Tilelocked Valley, but I've gotten a lot of comments asking me to go beyond the community center, even all the way to perfection with Tilly. And believe me, I love the enthusiasm and support that I get from all of you, but I do have a lot of other things that I want to try. So I put it to a poll. My Mahogany and Mystic members got the privilege of voting on this decision, and the majority decided that something new would be the way to go. I have some really exciting ideas for series in the future, many of which I think will top anything you've seen with Tilelocked Valley so far. With that said, I think it's fair to think of the community center goal as less of a series finale and maybe more of a season finale. And I have some special things planned for that finale episode. Think of this as season 1, and I'll come back for season 2 with even more goals at some point in the future. But I'm hoping you guys are also excited to see what other ideas I come up with too. I'll talk more about this in the next episode, but let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this. Alright, back to the gameplay. We can sell all our fish to Willy to clear up some inventory space. Made a cool couple thousand there. Alright, it's just now approaching 6 p.m, so we should be able to catch the super cucumber that Abby's looking for. I think this is it. Yep, there it is. 1 super cucumber. Took a little while, but we got it. It's too late to give it to Abigail tonight though, but we can bring it to her tomorrow. Alright, here comes Abigail. We can give her an amethyst, and then her super cucumber, and that is quest complete. And we now have 7 hearts with her. Very nice. You know, I've been sitting on a few items to donate to the museum, so let's go drop those off. For our rewards, bunch of nothing and some pumpkin seeds. I came to the Adventurers Guild to sell my femur and amethyst ring, but I kind of want to complete one of the monster goals as well. And one that I can do pretty easily is the cave insects goal. If I remember correctly, you get a decent little sword as a reward, and I think it would be nice to complete another little side quest on the way to the main community center goal. To do this, we can just go down to level 21 where we have a bunch of tiles already and just hunt all the bugs we can find. It shouldn't take too long at all. Alright, it's getting pretty late. I haven't seen the goal complete pop up yet, but I feel like I'm getting really close. Let's see. Just 2 more. Maybe we can just find those real quick. Ugh, it is so late and I haven't found any more bugs. I think I'm just gonna have to call it and come back tomorrow to finish this one off. Another trip to the traveling cart? Yeah, not much. All right, let's go kill some bugs and get ourselves a new sword. These 2 should be it. Monster Slayer goal complete. Let's go get our reward. Our reward is the insect head. It's a level 6 sword, so probably our new best weapon. It's got some bonus speed, so it's actually not bad. That's another little side quest complete. Love to see it. We got 2 more ancient fruits ready, but I am not gonna plant these with the rest because Wumbus is now fully grown. Look at him. You can barely see him, but there he is. He's a whole duck now. And that means our first duck egg is ready to pick up. We just need 1 tile here to get it, and that is the last item needed for the animal bundle, which is the last bundle needed to complete the pantry and get ourselves the greenhouse. Huge day for Tilly. Without further ado, let's drop this egg off and finish another room. That is the animal bundle complete. Thank you very much. Our reward is a cheese press. Not that helpful right now. But the pantry is now complete. Look at that. We get our 3rd star up on the board. We are so close to completing the community center now. We just have 3 more rooms to complete and just 5 more sets of items needed to complete them, which means the next episode of Tile Locked Valley will be the season finale. I won't spoil anything for the special finale episode, but I plan to do a live premiere so that we can all watch it together when it comes out. So make sure you're subscribed to get updates for that. Thank you all for everything, and I'll see you in the finale. Last episode, we got 7 out of the last 12 items we need for the community center, so for this episode, allow me to present the final 5. Ladies and gentlemen, this episode does not end until we collect all of them. It's the last day of summer, so the first of the 5 we'll be getting is the pomegranate tomorrow when it's fall and our pomegranate tree starts fruiting. Today, we get to harvest the last of our coffee beans since we'll be planting new crops tomorrow. Let's head down to the traveling cart for our last peak of the season. There's hardly anything we need from here at this point though. And sure enough, just the rare seed please. We won't be planting any more ancient seeds outside anymore, so we can start making jams and wines with the fruits that we have. Wait, what just happened? I put a fruit in this keg and it just broke? It's not even in my inventory. I've never seen that happen before. Well, I guess that one's gone. I think Tilly's a bit nervous. She's got a big question to ask someone pretty soon. 1 more amethyst for Abigail. And now we've got 8 hearts with her. We can buy a bouquet from her father and pop the big question. Well, okay, not the big question, but still. Abigail is blushing but looks happy. Well, ain't that just cute? And now it's official. Tilly's got herself a girlfriend. She's come a long way from her awkward encounters by the bus stop. Alright, I'm itching to get after these final 5 items, so let's hit the hay and get into fall. It's fall, y'all. That's always funny, right? We get our first of the final 5, our pomegranate. That's definitely going to be the easiest of the 5 to get. Pierre's trying to sell me on that bouquet I just bought. If you want to start a family someday. Whoa, slow down, Pierre. That's your daughter you're talking about. Abby wants to show me something in her room after dark? This is all progressing really fast for Tilly. Wumbus decided to lay the next egg like 50 miles away, so I'm just going to leave it there. All right, it's Abigail's birthday on the 13th. Don't let me forget that, guys. All right, let's drop off our pomegranate to complete another bundle. 25 more bonus tiles. Our reward, 5 gold bars. Wow, that's actually really good. Most of these bundle rewards are pretty mediocre, but that one's just good. Oh, hey, Abigail, let me just give you... Here, it's, there you go. You're cute. Yeah, Tilly is pretty cute. Out of my way, Sam. Cutie coming through. Oh, wait, I forgot to buy more crops to plant. Let me go do that. Let's plant cranberries. 135 should be good. Oh my god, wait, I have a greenhouse now. I walked by this like 4 times today and I completely forgot that at the end of last episode, I actually unlocked it. I took a pretty big pause in real life from playing the save while I finished the mod, so that completely slipped my mind. Anyway, we're going to be planting our ancient fruits in there. I cannot believe I just made jam out of them. All right, let's unlock some tiles here. Ooh, look at that. I'm going to be using quality sprinklers here, so I don't have to come in here every day. So we can unlock some tiles to place these down and access some tillable tiles to plant on as well. We can unlock another path of tiles. I don't know, like this for now. All right, and there are our first 10 ancient seeds planted in the greenhouse. Can't believe I forgot about that. I think I'm going to spend a few tiles to reach the giant stump. Now that I have the greenhouse unlocked, it costs 100 pieces of hardwood to fix up, though. I've only collected 15 pieces of hardwood in this entire series so far, since I really don't have access to any renewable sources yet. But that actually leads me into my next goal perfectly. It's time to unlock the secret woods. We can use our shiny steel axe to chop the log blocking the path, and that will give us access to renewable sources of hardwood by chopping down the stumps that grow there. Maybe even get ourselves a mahogany seed. The real reason to unlock the secret woods, though, is that the next item I'm after is the wood skip, which can only be caught in the pond on the very far side of the secret woods. We're pretty much out of bonus tiles, though, but we're going to see how far into the secret woods we can get with the bonus tiles and cash we have on us. We have quite a ways to go here, so I think I'm going to ignore this first stump and keep moving forward. We can reach our first stump here, but we're down to just 10 tiles worth of cash. Not enough to reach the pond just yet, so we'll come back when we have more money. We can also plant all our rare seeds now. We may just get our first ever star drop if we bring one to the secret woods. All right, I sold some random stuff I had lying around to get some more money for the tiles. That's 4 more tiles right there. We can also make our first mayonnaise machine, get a little extra cash out of any duck eggs we collect. God, I really have not been this broke in a long time. All right, let's unlock a few more tiles in the secret woods here. If I can just get the wood skip, then I'll get 25 bonus tiles. But yeah, we just can't quite reach the pond yet, I don't think. Well, you know what I always say. When in doubt and you need more money for tiles, go fishing. Yep. All right, got a little bit of fish here. That should help some. Might as well head up to the Adventurers Guild and sell this broken trident too. Can't be worth much, but I am poor. Time for a whopping 250 gold. Yeah, definitely worth it. Evelyn's here to pay us a visit and give us one of her garden pots. I don't think I'll ever use these, but that's very kind of you, Evelyn. Thank you. We got 2 more ancient seeds today, so let's go ahead and plant those. All right, we have enough cash to unlock 10 more tiles, so let's see if we can actually get to the wood skip pond now. You can cast your fishing line diagonally a bit, so let's see if this is close enough. Huh. Not quite, I guess. We might have to get 1 more tile closer. Okay, this should do it for sure. Yes, we're in. This could be it. Yes, 1 wood skip. Done and done. Let's go turn this in for 25 bonus tiles. This won't complete the aquarium yet, but it will complete another bundle. 25 more bonus tiles. And for our reward, 5 dishes o' the sea. Pretty nice. That's the second item crossed off the final 5. Just 3 more to go. I'm going to use a few of these bonus tiles on something kind of unconventional. I'm going to unlock a few select tiles in Abigail's room so that I can accept that invitation to come see her after dark. There is no strategic reason for this, but it just kind of bums me out that Tilly is building a relationship with someone she hasn't really spent any time with. So these tiles should let the next cutscene with her actually play out instead of having to skip it like usual. And now to go see Abigail. She invites me over to play with this Ouija spirit board thing. Put your hands on the planchet with me, and the spirits will guide us. It's moving. The first letter is I, then a heart. I've never seen a spirit board with a heart. It's spelling out T-I. I heart T-I. And then silly old Abigail accidentally knocks the board over. Oh well. And then she kicks us out. See ya. If Abigail didn't make it very clear that was an accident, I would think she's trying to hide her feelings for Tilly. But I guess not. Off to bed. Oh, Abigail's here to apologize for acting so weird last night. You probably understand what happened. Okay, bye. You know, I don't think Tilly would understand what happened, but she's lucky to have met someone who's just as awkward as she is. The next 2 items I'll be going for are the blackberries and the walleye. The blackberries will start growing around the valley on the 8th in just 3 days, and the walleye I can catch as soon as we get our first day of rain this season. Let's take a trip to the traveling cart and see if she's got something we need. And she does not. It would be nice to get a mahogany seed so I can start growing mahogany trees on my farm. I think the slimes are actually my best bet. Yep, there's one right there. We can plant that right here, add a little tree fertilizer, and voila. You know, I've never actually gotten one of these tickets before, and I can catch a sardine for Sebastian. 1 sardine, there it is. Now to find Sebastian. All the cool kids hang out at the saloon every Friday, so I should be able to catch him coming out of here. 1 sardine delivered and 1 ticket earned. I'm not going to use any tiles getting to the ticket machine just yet, but maybe I will at some point in the future. The other goal I have for this season is, of course, to catch the next legendary fish, the anglerfish, which can only be caught by this bridge up here. I believe it is possible to cast into the water from the cliff I'm standing on, but according to the wiki, you have to be standing on or near the bridge to be eligible to catch the anglerfish. So we'd need to unlock a good amount of tiles to get there. We only have 11 bonus tiles at the moment though, so I think I'll have to wait till we get either the blackberries or the walleye and can donate one of those for some more bonus tiles. Our first batch of cranberries is ready. This will be a nice little boost to our cash flow. Should have no trouble getting the anglerfish if we have some more bonus tiles too. Wumbus gave us our first duck feather too, but still so far away. We got a lot of ancient fruits planted now. Gonna plant the last 2 here that we can plant with the tiles we have unlocked. I think I'll hold off on planting any more for a little while since I do still want to save some tiles for the anglerfish. 1 more trip to the traveling cart for nothing. All right, today is the 8th. We are still waiting on a rainy day to catch a walleye, but it's the first day of blackberry season, so let's get to it. Luckily, I already unlocked a bunch of tiles to pick salmon berries in the spring, so we can just go around and check all of those. Here's our first bush. We also get 3 berries per bush now instead of the 2 we got last time, so it should be much easier this time around. Okay, none of these, none of those either. And none of the ones I can reach down here either. I hope I didn't just jinx myself. Let's put those blackberries in my hotbar so we can see how many we collect along the way. All right, we got this bush here. That's more like it. I only need 50 berries this time around compared to the 60 salmon berries I needed too, so this really shouldn't be that difficult. Oh, that rabbit just picked some berries for us. That's very thoughtful. Another bush here, that makes 12. And another one right here for 15. And I guess that's it for the first day. At least for all the bushes I already have unlocked. I think I got around that many on the first day last time around though, so kind of was expecting more, not gonna lie. Should be fine though. All right, since we have some time left in the day, let's see if we can get to that anglerfish. We'll start by using all of our bonus tiles, and I'm hoping we have enough cash to make it the rest of the way. All right, so we've used not all of our cash, but a lot of it. According to the wiki, you don't need to be standing on the bridge to catch it. There are a few tiles near the bridge that should also work. But also, this screenshot looks like it's from an earlier version of the game, so we're just gonna have to give it a shot and find out. I'll fish here for a few hours, and if I don't see it, I'll unlock some more tiles to get to the bridge. All right, it's been a few hours. I've caught a few fish, haven't seen anything yet, so I think I'll unlock a few tiles to get closer. I think this tile should be fine. Let's try it and see. Aha, here he is. Got it on my second fish. If I remember correctly, yep, this one's pretty easy. There he is, the angler. That's my third legendary fish for Tilly. Very nice. Let's go to bed. We've got more blackberries to pick tomorrow. All right, let's see if we can get some better luck with these berry bushes today. Here's one, and another, and 3 more right here. Now that's what I'm talking about. We should be able to reach this one. Yep, we just need 6 more bushes now. Might even be able to finish it today. Hey, Abigail. Abigail, hey. It's Tilly. Your girlfriend? Oh, good, she still remembers me. All right, 1 more bush up here, and a double. Love to see it. And this one's back too. Just 2 more to go. Here's another. 1 more to go. I wonder if I can get this one. Ooh, that is it. 52 blackberries. Let's go drop these off and complete another bundle. That will be the Forager's bundle complete. We of course get 25 more bonus tiles and a reward of 3 tappers. Not bad. And of course that is another whole set of bundles completed, which means we get our 4th star up on the board. Just 2 more to go. My God, each one of these stars feels better than the last. I cannot wait for the final one. We just need the walleye to complete the aquarium and the fire quartz to complete the boiler room, and then the community center is complete. You already know how I plan to get the walleye, just go fishing while it's raining, but I think now I should talk about how I plan to get the fire quartz too. It's no coincidence that I've been saving the fire quartz for last. This may be the most challenging item out of all the items I've collected for the community center so far. Granted, I've escaped some of the more difficult ones by purchasing them from the traveling cart, but even so, the fire quartz remains this series' biggest single item challenge yet. The primary source of fire quartz in Stardew Valley is in the mines, where they can simply be found on the ground, but only past level 80. We have worked very hard for weeks to reach level 30, mining the stones on level 1 to craft staircases for every level we descend. On a good day, I'm able to get around 2 staircases with this method, so it would take a minimum of 25 days to reach level 80, not to mention 50 tiles. Then, once I reach level 80, who knows how many more days and tiles I would need to actually find and reach a fire quartz. Suffice it to say, I will not be getting my fire quartz from the mines. If all you need is 1 fire quartz, and you are nowhere close to level 80, there is a better method. This method will require no tiles, minimal cash, and should even take less time. And I'm not talking about just waiting and hoping for it to show up in the traveling cart, or appear in the Feast of the Winter Star shop, or even getting one as a gift from the wizard. No, I'm talking about fishing. Specifically, the treasure chests that can be found while fishing. each one has a 3.7% chance to yield some fire quartz, or about once in every 27 chests on average. Now, treasure chests have a 15% chance of appearing for each fish you catch, or 20% if you use the treasure hunter bobber. With this bobber, you would be expected to catch about 150 fish before finding a fire quartz. If I catch, say, 25 fish a day, this should only take me 6 days, compared to the 25 days I would have to spend mining. Now, the huge asterisk on this should only take 6 days is that it's completely random. I know for a fact that if I spent 25 days mining, I would get to level 80 in the mines, but I don't know for certain when I will find a fire quartz in a treasure chest. It could be my first chest, it could be my 16th, it could be my 116th. We will just have to go fishing for treasure chests until we find one. I haven't forgotten about the walleye though, so as soon as I get a rainy day, I'll head down to the lake or river and catch one real quick. For this fire quartz grind, I've decided to fish down on the dock here. It's kind of peaceful here and feels like the place where I could really focus on my fishing. I also brought a couple chests with me so I can keep all the fish I catch and all the contents of the treasure chests I find along the way. I'm gonna start with these magnets I have and then go get treasure hunter bobbers. Here is our very first treasure chest. This could be the fire quartz, guys. Let's see what we get. Rare disc. All right. Let's buy some treasure hunter bobbers from Willy. Let's buy some bait too while we're at it. We can buy, I don't know, a lot. Magnets cost 1,000 gold per cast, so that's way too expensive. But treasure hunter bobbers only cost 750 and last for many casts. So let's buy a few of those. And back to fishing. All right, it's getting late and I'm running out of energy, so let's call it. I caught, it looks like 22 fish, but I only got 2 treasure chests the whole day, so that's a little unlucky. We'll come back first thing tomorrow after our chores and try our luck again. Day 2, I'm feeling good. Let's get it. Let's open some treasure chests. All right, end of day 2. We caught 29 more fish today and got a whopping 9 treasure chests. Look at all this stuff. No fire quartz yet though, obviously, but it's only day 2. Day 3 fungus checking in here. We caught 27 more fish, but only got 3 treasure chests today. No problem though, we'll just keep stacking up items in the chests until we see that fire quartz. It's the end of day 4 now. I got 33 fish today and another 8 treasure chests, which is exciting because it's a lot of treasure chests, but it's also a little disappointing because that makes 22 chests now without a fire quartz, and that means we passed right over the 50% point, where we were equally likely to have gotten one and to have not, and we are in the have not bucket. Obviously, not that unlucky, and it could be a whole lot worse, so we'll keep trucking on. Day 5 has been rough. We caught 33 fish and only got 3 chests this time. Days like these are a bit tough because you just see so many fish go by without a single chest. And then, of course, when you finally get to open one, it's like a geode or something. Well, we got 5 more chests today. That makes 30 chests now. Still no fire quartz. All right, before I go fishing today, I have some business to attend to in the secret woods. We got our very first sweet gem berry harvest today, and it's time to offer it to Old Master Cannoli and get our first ever star drop. We just need to unlock a few tiles to reach his statue here. Then we can offer up the sweet gem berry and collect our first star drop. It's strange, but the taste reminds you of tiles. I wrote that so long ago, and I haven't ever seen it in the game before. I almost forgot what I put. I remember I was originally going to put bonus tiles as Tilly's favorite thing, but I didn't plan on explaining the bonus tile mechanic until I unlocked the community center, so I switched it to just tiles in episode 1. Alright, that was my allotted happy time for the day. Now, back to fishing. Alright, I caught another 16 fish. Got 6 more treasure chests today too, so that's 36 in total now. Still no fire quartz. If my math is right, that's about a 75% chance that I should have gotten one by now, so We'll just have to keep trying tomorrow. I've seen that Tilly girl going fishing down at the beach every day, but she never comes back with any fish.
I heard her talking to herself about some fire quartz or something.
A fire quartz? At the beach?
I don't know. Maybe living on that mess of a farm all this time is starting to make her lose it.
Yeah, well, she isn't crazy now. She will be. Doing the same thing over and over every day like that, with no end in sight, that'll wear a person down.
Well, actually, I do kind of feel for her. Haven't you ever wanted something that seemed impossible?
I did used to want to be a big city chef, but now this saloon is everything I want.
Yeah, well, not all of us got everything we wanted. I just hope things work out better for her.
Well, it's been another couple days with a lot of fish, a good amount of treasure chests, and still no fire quartz. I did manage to get the walleye today, put that in the community center to complete the aquarium, but that just means that now, truly, the only thing standing in the way of me completing the goal I set in episode 1 is this fire quartz. I've almost managed to convince myself multiple times so far that it does not exist, that it's somehow impossible for me to get the fire quartz this way. But I even went as far as looking into the decompiled source code for the game to triple check that I'm doing this right, and it is there. So whether it takes days or weeks, I will keep fishing and I will keep opening treasure chests until I find it. This is the final challenge to finish the community center, and I am not going to stop until it's complete. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's it. That's the fire quartz. I actually got it. It's real. It's right there in the treasure chest. I I can't believe it. That's it. That's the last item. I got so many fish along the way. This chest is so full. I acquired so many other things too from the treasure chests. I literally got so many things that I had to go and make another chest because this first one started overflowing. So many treasure chests, but we finally got it. It's time to go finish the community center. I've also decided I think I'm gonna finish the community center in my original outfit. It feels fitting to complete this series just how we began it. This is episode 1 Tilly, ready to complete the community center after 8 whole episodes. This honestly still feels crazy to me. Like, I spent all that time opening those chests, knowing that any one of them could be the one that ends the series, but now that I actually got it, like, I'm honestly still shocked. I had no idea how long this goal would take when I set out to accomplish it in episode 1. It has been so much fun playing as Tilly, so much fun making these videos, and it's been my absolute pleasure to tell this story and to share this experience with all of you. It's been a good ride, a great ride.
For her name, I'm thinking Tilly Locke. Ready to take on the world, one tile at a time. Here we go. Oh my god. Can you not just pick up acorns on the ground? Look at that. Look at that. I can't even pick it up right now, but I can see it on the ground, the maple seed. It's finally time to unlock our first tiles outside the farm.
Oh my god, it's someone from town. What do I say? Tilly doesn't get a lot of chances to socialize. You always find a way to blow it, Tilly. This year, your secret friend will be Abigail. Let's take our first real steps into the mines. We have passed 1,400 stone, so let's take the elevator down and get started. These items on the screen are the final items for the series.
Don't get me wrong, this will still be extremely challenging, and I have no idea how long it will take. What I do know is that Tilly and I are not going to quit until that community center is repaired.
This is what it's all for. Someday in the future, we'll be walking through these doors with the final item to complete the final bundle. But for now, we're just getting started. The community center is complete, the Junimos can return home, and the goal for Season 1 of Tile Locked Valley has been achieved. But what kind of a finale episode would it be without a wedding to top it all off? In between fishing trips, I made sure to stop by and give Abigail more amethysts, and I reached 10 hearts with her long before I found the fire quartz. So I decided we should take it all the way. I upgraded the house, I visited the old mariner on one of the rainy days, and now, Abigail, Tilly has a very important question for you. And thus marks the end of Tile Locked Valley Season 1. I've got some really exciting ideas for future challenges and series. I have a whole brainstorming doc with a bunch of different ideas. In fact, I've already started working on a new Stardew mod that I think is going to be really fun to play and that no one's done before, for real this time. And I'm really excited to focus on that a lot more now that Tilly's story is done for the time being. I also think things here are in a really good place to pick up again sometime in the future. Life is going to be different from now on, but the future looks bright. As always, thank you to all my channel members for their continued support, and a special shout out to all my Mystic members, who are Fitch, K. Arkine, Not Found, Panda, Sharkette, Tsuyoshi, Panzeret Viking, Martin the Wizard, Bandito, Tubsy Tub, Buddhist Jesus, Tyler 489, Corbin Medina, Lavender Butterfly, Matt J, Nash Nose, Essential Madness, Derpy Hooves, Jin, Jaggers, Red Echo Games, Sapphikistic, Nihilo, Everton Jose, Cool Mike, The Dragon Queen, C, Sammy Vales, Hannah H, Byron Peebles, Baby Curve Stomper, and Onar. Thank you. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in whatever comes next.